want another try, another try. My oh my, this must be desperation time. 5 more years, you're asking, begging the people, you're old and feeble, a walking dinosaur. A political gangster, that's what you are. Now you see me, now you don't. Yellow, red and yellow. Keep this up, and no country tomorrow. Here we go, no more complaining. Time for change, time for change. Tiger, tiger. Time for change. Coalition of independence. Charlie Green and Lincoln Bane. Fighting with MacGyver and crew. All the team fighting for change. Patriots in black, COI, right or that. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here. We saying it loud and clear. Now you see me, now you don't. Sounds familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here. We saying it loud and clear. No, we didn't stop the changes here. Go tell your mama, we had enough. We disobeyed. I guess you was yellow one time ago. Now you change it to blue, all your dirty tricks. But guess what? It's still the same old you. The other shoe said we red, but we know you sleep in the same bed. Mother sick dread. Besides red and yellow shoe don't go. But black is more. Now you never take your rabbit and net. No more politics, eh. Now you see me, now you don't. Sound familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here. We saying it loud and clear. Now you see me, now you don't. Sound familiar. You know who we talking about. Changes here. We saying it loud and clear. Don't be scared. Changes here. I say, don't be scared. Changes here. No fear, no fear. The most high got ya. No weapon shall prosper. Yeah, shall prosper. Changing coming, changes here. Enough for the politics. Oh, the old gangster. They tryna trick us. Oh, y'all think we fool. Flapping lips, you come back, begging for the same thing. You say you want another try, another try. My oh my, this must be desperation time. 5 more years, you're asking, begging the people, you're old and feeble, a walking dinosaur. A political gangster, that's what you are. Now you see me, now you don't. Tired of the tricks, taking all from the poor, unrighteous hypocrite gangsters. Red and yellow.
Good evening to our social media platforms. Good evening, Coalition of Independence. And good evening to our Eastern Quadrant. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. If you look around or if you look behind me, you would see that we are on site. We are in the Eastern Quadrant of our Coalition of Independence Division. So Eastern as in Yamacraw, Eastern as in Seabreeze, Eastern as in, what else? It's the Fox Hill, St. Anne's, and all of that. If you know East, that's where we are. So you can come and you can rock with us. We'll be excited to have you. We have a lot of chairs. We have a lot of room. So please come. But anyway, if you can, call somebody and tell somebody we are live and we want you to come and be a part of what's happening today. Welcome. Listen, y'all look beautiful under this tent. You look wonderful. Happy Sunday and all that wonderful stuff. But thank you for rocking with us. Okay? Right now, we're going to call our candidate for the Golden Gates constituency, our next member of parliament for the Golden Gates constituency, Miss Charmaine Adderley, the Honorable Charmaine Adderley, and she's going to open us up in prayer, and shortly after we will have the national anthem of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank God for a beautiful Sunday. I think it's good. Let's stand in the presence of the Lord. He is the great King, King of kings and Lord of lords. And so we honor him and we reverence his presence. Let's bow our heads in a word of prayer. Father, we come before your presence today in the name of there's no other name we come in but in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Father, we magnify him. We lift him up because, Lord, it's in him that we live and move and have our very being. As we come before you this day, O God, we invoke your presence in this place. We invoke your presence upon this constituency right now and upon this candidate, Evette, our princess. We invoke your presence on her life and ask for your favor in this Yamacraw constituency. We ask for you to move right now across this way. And even as the wind is blowing, that's how your spirit moves. We don't know where it came from and we don't know where it's going, but we know if you go before us, let your wind blow and touch this community, touch this constituency, and grant favor, Lord God, to Evette in Jesus' name. As we come together today to fellowship and to open this office, we just thank you, oh God, for having your perfect way. We bless these gatherings. We bless this meeting. We bless this coming together. And we give you all the glory, the honor, and the praise for an amazing day, for a beautiful day, for a day that will touch Yamacraw for your glory. Bless us now as we gather. Holy Spirit of the living God, you are welcome in this place. In Jesus' name, amen.
Continue to stand for the national anthem, please. Thank you. You may be seated. Thank you so much. Tell the road you've trod, lead unto your God. My goodness. March on, Bahama land. I don't know how you feel about that national anthem, but it says a lot. It's very prophetic. The words that say, my goodness. But anyway, thank you, Minister Charmaine Adderley, for that prayer. It was awesome. And again, we are here celebrating with Miss Evette Princess. I love that. I love that for her. Yes, and we're opening her campaign office and all of that wonderful stuff. However, we are walking and chewing gum at the same time. Mr. Bane will be in shortly as well to do his live, so a lot is going to happen today. So just stick with us. We're going to have a grand time, and we're going to all enjoy this. But without further ado, I will welcome our national chairman, Miss Charlotte Green, who will come with her regards and the official opening for this headquarters. Thank you. Miss Green.
Thank you, Miss Claire. Good evening, everybody, and good evening, Bahamas. Just would like to say to all of those that are present, thank you so much. You could have been anywhere, but you chose to come here and celebrate the opening of this campaign headquarters for our candidate, Miss Evette Prince. So, ladies and gentlemen, and those who are viewing in, good evening. Let me start by saying congratulations to our candidate, Miss Evette Prince. For those of you who do not know, Miss Evette Prince is one of our original candidates. She was a candidate for the Fox Hill constituency. and she is still here with us today. So she's one of those resilient candidates, ladies and gentlemen. This office stands as a proof that you are ready to serve, Miss Evette. The fact that you are still on the ground and present and ready to stand with the people, it says a lot. Every single constituency in this country, in Nassau, including the Family Islands, is awaiting the opening of all of our headquarters. Some might not be open by the time as we are ready for elections, but I guarantee you our candidates are ready. Evette, this is what real representation looks like. I am proud of you. I am proud that you're still standing. I am proud that you still believe in the organization and the movement. So once again, congratulations to you. I can't wait to see this headquarters on the inside. I did have the opportunity, though, to see it on 242 in the know. Yes, they had a little squabble out here, and the first thing I saw was Evette's photo going across the camera, 242 in the know. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving. The Coalition of Independence has not stopped. Since the last general election, the Coalition of Independence was on the ground. We didn't just start when elections was called. We never left the ground since the last general election. So again, I want to say thank you to all of our members, all of our supporters, because it wasn't only the candidates, it was the members, it was the supporters, it was our councilmen and women. So congratulations to you as well. 2 weeks ago, we were on the ground in Mount Moriah with our drive-through campaign. Yesterday, we brought that same energy into Garden Hills. When we brought that same energy into Garden Hills, and just recently, we stood with Charmaine Adley in Golden Gates as she had her Meet Your Candidate event. Charmaine Adley, are you present? Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our Golden Gates candidate, Ms. Charmaine Adley. Ladies and gentlemen, this is coordination, this is organization, and this is what real works look like. Across our country, our candidates are not sitting down. They are hosting events, walking their communities, knocking on doors, and listening to people and putting in the hours. That is the difference. Now, I also want to say this because the country is paying attention. Over the past few days, information has been circulating that has been brought to the public by our leader, Mr. Lincoln Bane, concerning serious allegations tied to an individual by the name of... You always paying attention? By the name of... Allegations that pointed to organized criminal activity, international investigations, and connections that raise serious concerns about the governance and national security of our country. This is a Christian nation, isn't it? And we shall have godly governance, right? All right, my fellow Bahamians. Now, whether people like the messenger or not, the Bahamian people deserves transparency. These matters cannot be brushed aside. They cannot be ignored. And they cannot be buried. If there are documents, if there are investigations, then the proper authorities must address them, right? But we realize there is no such thing right now in the Bahamas as proper authority. And proper authority will not be in place until the Coalition of Independence takes the government. Bahamian people, we cannot be silent. And we do deserve answers, because this elections, my fellow Bahamians, this elections is not about personalities. It's about the future of this country. It's about the sovereignty of our nation. It's about whether we can continue to ignore hard truths or whether we can finally demand accountability at every single level. We deserve accountability. And that brings me to this moment. The countdown is on. What do we have coming up in a few days? We are approaching the advance poll. And let me be clear. Elections are won and lost right there at the advance poll. My fellow Bahamians, if you are eligible to vote at the advance poll, but you do not need to vote at the advance poll, I am encouraging you to vote at the general election where your vote matters. I'm not saying it doesn't matter at the advance poll. However, we know what they do at the advance polls. We need a government rooted in accountability, and we know that's not going to come from the PLP or FNM. A government that actually, for the first time in this country, puts Bahamian people and Bahamian interests first. Not friends, not favors, not special interests. So tonight, we are going to celebrate with Miss Prince and this campaign office. But tomorrow, we are going back to work. We are going to push, we are going to move, and we are going to win the government. Because my fellow Bahamians, change isn't coming. Y'all like cream of wheat. Change isn't coming. Change ain't coming. Change ain't coming. All day. All day. Change ain't coming. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, you should feel absolutely welcomed after that, right? Boots are on the ground. Congratulations again, Miss Prince, for your opening. Boots are on the ground all day, every day. That's why we add that. I think that's why you added that, right, Miss Charlotte Green? Boots are on the ground all day, every day, because we got to do this thing. When we become the government of the Bahamas, we are going to see the change sweep this nation from every quadrant of this country, north, south, east, west, everywhere. We're going to clean up this country for the people of this country, Bahamas, for Bahamians indeed. I will now welcome our deputy leader. And if you can stand, please, for our deputy leader, Dr. MacGyver. And she is going to give her report in her regards. Thank you so much, Dr. MacGyver.
Thank you. Hello to everyone. It's a little windy, so if my hair start flying, my papers start flying, y'all catch it from me. Listen. I just want to say, before I begin, hello to everybody in Killarney. I got to give the shout out to them. I was in South Ocean yesterday doing my walkabout. That was the last area for me to do. I thought they had taken that out of Killarney. I understand they took out parcels, but not all of it. So I had to go back and circle back around and do that. So I got that out of the way. So, Evette Prince, congratulations, my dear. You should, the people who are not here, the camera can't get her, but maybe, I'm sure she'll be able to speak later. She looks gorgeous and beautiful. I don't blame you because this is your day. Listen, we are in the final stretch of this journey. And anybody who ever ran the 440, all of us went to high school. I had to run the 440, not in competition now. They had all of us, we had to do it to find out who were the true athletes. And so everybody in my class had to run the 440. And I could tell you, when you get around that third bend, and you see that finish line, listen, somebody say it look close, but it ain't close. Boy, that's when the adrenaline start flowing and all the acid in the muscles start saying, I tired. But guess what? But the finish line is in sight. And I just want to say to Evette, this office will help us to build more momentum as we go into the final stretch of this campaign. So thank you for having the initiative to see this headquarters through for the Bahamian people. Now, let's get into some politicking business. Let us ask the simple question. The Progressive Liberal Party says they are building on progress. But I ask you, and all the people in social media land, what progress? They say they have shovels in the ground. But after 5 long years, where are the results? Someone say the shovel's still in the ground. Let me inform the PLP. Announcements are not progress. Press conferences are not progress. Now, you promising to build on progress, the people cannot live on promises alone. They say eggs, did y'all see it in the newspaper? They say eggs will be produced at the end of this month with the egg yolk program. I couldn't believe what I read. I say 12 days, at the end of the month, there'll be 12 days left before the election. And you can tell us you're going to produce the first set of eggs 12 days before the election, and you had 5 years? That sounds like the 12 days of Christmas. But it ain't happening. I mean, obviously, everybody knows that that's an election ploy. You don't do that. You don't tell people you have 5 years to do something and then 12 days before say, I'm going to do something. It ain't working. Now, another thing. Do y'all think they serious? No. Okay. That's not progress. I call that politics. Look at our health care in this country. Our people are suffering. Long waits, limited equipment, medicine and bed shortages. And when a government fails in health care, it fails at the most basic level of leadership. Y'all always hear me say, a government that cannot heal its people should not lead its people. So now let's talk about this energy deal. We are told key partners might have walked away. How does anybody know the truth about that? So I ask again, how can you build on progress when the foundation is uncertain? Because nobody knows what's happening with the energy deal. Let's look at some numbers. 250 million on consultants in just 4 years. You didn't hear me say 5 years, you know. 250 million on 4 years. So imagine when they calculate this 5th year, which they haven't given us yet. Let's look at another number. 74 million on travel in just 4 years. Do you all remember in the newspaper, we saw 58 million rolling around for at least about a year. Everybody say 58 million, 58 million. Listen, they're now saying 74 million, not in 5 years, in 4 years. I am afraid to know what they bill, what the amount will be in 5 years. And I ask you tonight, what do we have to show for it? Where are the transformed communities? Where is the relief for the Bahamian people? They are certainly not feeling it on the ground, right? Okay, because right now, the 3 issues that matter most are clear. Immigration, healthcare, and the cost of living. Those 3 items will determine who will win this election. And on all 3, this government has failed. Let me be equally clear. The Free National Movement ain't no better. For decades, these 2 parties have taken turns, making promises, repeating mistakes, and leaving the people behind. And now, what's really odd and funny, what do we see happening now? The FNM and the PLP are trying to sound like us. You all notice? They are copying our vision where we put people first. They are finally getting the message that you have to put people first, and they were not doing it. Someone say it's too late. I agree with you. Somebody there celebrating the win. But you cannot copy authenticity. You cannot imitate conviction. And you cannot fake leadership. Well, everybody, I'm not going to say who Minnie Lincoln is, but we know who Minnie Lincoln is. I won't say. The Coalition of Independence represents new blood, new thinking, and a new direction for the Bahamas. Mr. Bane, myself, and our team, we believe in transparent governance. We believe in accountable leadership. And most importantly, we believe in people over politics, as I said. As I close, so Yamacraw, the choice before you is simple. More of the same or a new vision. More talks or real results. This election is not just about changing a government, you know. It is about changing the direction of this country. And that change begins with you, the Bahamian people. Those listening on social media especially. Let us rise together. Let us stand together. And let us build a Bahamas that truly works for all Bahamians. Thank you, and may God bless the Commonwealth of our Bahama land. Change ain't coming? Change ain't coming? All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Leader. We appreciate those words of encouragement, empowerment, and all of that wonderful stuff. Right now, we are going to start our quadrant conversation. Quadrant conversation is going to be by the people who are in this quadrant, the Eastern Quadrant of New Providence. The first person I will call is Pastor William Knowles, our Seabreeze candidate. Change incoming, change is here. This is our honorable member for Seabreeze constituency. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Aisha. It's good to be here, everyone. And especially to my Seabreeze community, a special good evening. I would like to, as my colleagues did already, to congratulate Miss Princess, right, on this grand occasion. And it is not easy. I know it's not easy. Now, hold on, I hear a little jingle in the background. Yeah, I snuck a little jingle in there. My apologies. Oh.
For Seabreeze. Oh. Led by God, bringing change with
I wouldn't have passed, I'd have been dancing now.
Focused on you, there's so much more we can do.
That sounds pretty good though, yeah. Yeah, but my wife came up with this little jingle one morning, and we're gonna release it soon. So we thank my team, and we can jam a little bit more in a minute. But you know, right now we just wanna first congratulate again Miss Princess. I know that because she is with the coalition, she is not in it for fame and fortune and riches. And I know every one of our candidates are here because we want to see some change in our country, and that is why we're here. And this is what I'm hearing on the ground in Seabreeze. And we're getting wonderful reception in our Seabreeze community. And I'm sure that she is getting it as well. But I wanted to speak to those persons because we do have persons who we see that say, we are tired of the PLP, right? Now, these are staunch PLPs. And then we have some FNMs who are staunch FNMs, and they say, we are tired of the FNM. And they like our vision. But some of them still say, I don't know if I won't vote, right? Some of them are like that. And those are the persons we need to speak to, and I want to speak to today. Because the PLP and FNM has done a very good job of convincing the people that there's no hope for this country. They have did a very good job in convincing a lot of Bahamians that we can't change. And no matter what we put in place, they can be the same. But I want to say to each and every member of this Bahama land and Seabreeze and Yamacraw in particular today, that change is here. And we are here to bring change. All right? We are not like the PLP and FNM. Our only desire is to see change in this nation. And as a pastor, I fear God more than I fear man. All right? And we have people claiming they love God and claiming, but they ain't fear God. That's the problem. Right? And that's why they don't have a problem stealing the people's money and still saying they love God. We need people who not only love God, but fear God. And fear if we don't do right by him, that he will judge us. Because that's what it seems like we're missing in this land. Godly people, godly men and women who fear God and knows that he will judge us if we don't treat the people right. And that's what we're looking for. And I just want to encourage those people who are undecided, who see the writing on the wall. But I want to encourage you, now is not the time to sit out on this election. We need everyone who see the writing on the wall and who want change to step up and say, I'm going to give these people a chance. All right? We are not like the PLP and FNM, I assure you. And I encourage each and every one to put their foot forward and to stand up for godliness in this nation. And that is what I want to say to encourage our Evette Prince here today, to continue to do that. And we encourage her, because we know there's a lot of sacrifice, there's going to be a lot of persecution, there's a lot of persons who may come against you from the other side. But we know God is on your side. So be encouraged, be blessed. And change ain't coming. Change is here.
Where the jingle, Joey? Sorry, Mr. Producer. Run that track, run that track. Play the thing.
Change is coming. Change is here. Can you feel it?
Listen, if you listen to this song, it sounds just like Mr. Knowles. This is his kind of thing. Well, why you in the front here? So you say you're gonna do a little 1, 2.
William knows for sea breeze.
All right. That's an awesome jingle, and we'll have more of that later on. But now we are going to welcome the woman of the hour. The woman of the hour. The woman who has done all of this and is so beautiful. Miss Evette Princess. Welcome, Miss Princess, a.k.a. Prince, a.k.a. Princess. Whatever you want, just don't call her late, okay? Welcome, and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Water, okay. A very pleasant good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming. I feel honored that you're all here. Happy that you're here. Yes. My name is Evette Prince, and I am the COI candidate for Yamacraw. Right. Yes. Some people may ask, why COI? And I said, why not? Well, a couple of reasons. One, I'm not doing this because I'm a career politician. I am here because I answered a call. Yeah, I spent 20 years at Nassau Cruise Port, which is now Nassau Cruise Port, as the president of tenants, fighting for the needs of businesses there. People don't always give you what you need. You have to agitate and fight for it. And so I spent 20 years unopposed doing that. So a friend of mine, Indira Weish, she's in the Netherlands right now watching me. She asked me, would you consider running in elections? Once we knew that Bahamas Evolution was going to turn into a party. And I told her, it was like the end of COVID. I told her, I said, at this point in my life, I only want to do what I was born to do. And 3 days later, I heard, I used to go to BFM, and a part of their prayer said, turning followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change. And then I heard Pastor Miles say, but you have to participate. And so I took my phone up. I just started writing Lincoln to let him know that I was interested in running. But before that, one of the reasons why I'm here is because during COVID, at the end of it, when Bahamas Evolution, Lincoln Bane was the only man in this country who was bold enough to speak. There seemed to have been a witchcraft over the country because we were being run amok, bamboozled from everywhere, every corner, and he was man enough to stand up and speak. And that got my attention. As a matter of fact, Indira told me we have to listen to him. So we listened, and then we joined Bahamas Evolution. And because he was bold enough to speak, that is why I'm here. Because, it was just, the country was so silent. Everyone was silent. Nobody was speaking. The pastors weren't speaking. And at some point, I'm like, where is the Christian Council for the country? They were all absent and silent. So it was a relief to hear somebody speaking up for Bahamians. And that is why I chose COI. There's no one else in the country who is doing what he has done. And I love him and appreciate him for it. I know it's not easy. I know that it's not easy for him to do, but he's doing it anyway. He's smarter than all of these prime ministers that we've ever had put together. He is a man with vision. He has a vision for people. He has a love for people. These other leaders, they don't have any vision. Sometimes they bring a manifesto up and they never fulfill them. And so those manifestos were probably about things, but he has a vision for people. He has a love for the Bahamian people. I have a love for Bahamian people. I have a love for my people. That's why I'm here. I don't hate nobody. I love everybody, but I love my people first. Yeah. I will fight for my people first. Yes. So that's a couple of the reasons why I'm here. And the other parties, there's so much corruption going on in this country, there's no way I would ever stand with them. I would never align myself with them. So even if I wasn't here, I wouldn't be with them. I'd just be, And at some point in life, I was at Nassau Cruise Port from 2003. And at some point, maybe like 15 years ago, I was thinking to myself, it has to be more than this. I have a business out there, and I'm like, it has to be more than this. It was like monotonous, even though I was born into the tourism industry and I totally love it. It was routine, monotonous, and I was like, there has to be more. So anyway, at some point, I think that serving as president for 20 years at the Nassau Cruise Port prepared me for this. A lot of times I had to write letters. I had to do a lot of stuff. I was a photographer. I was making videos that I couldn't make. I stayed up months, like days and weeks, trying to take pictures of things, of injustices that we have had to endure, and turn it into a little booklet and getting somebody to help me to make a video. And back then you never used to make video, but I got someone, and we was doing them over and over because we didn't really know how to do it. But I had to find a way to prove to the people who were managing Nassau Cruise Port that this is unjust. There were times that we were in Festival Place and we had people going around the building. So I'm like, this is like if you go to the airport, instead of allowing the people to go through the airport, you have to go around the airport. It doesn't even make sense for us to be here. So it was a fight for the whole time. And even now, I don't know if any of you have been to Nassau Cruise Port, but it's when you go there, it's beautiful, but we still have issues. We still have issues. It's beautiful, but we still have issues. One of the things that we have now that I wrote about a couple of weeks ago, every problem that still exists today, I wrote about them before the opening of Nassau Cruise Port. And we still have some of those issues. Everything that they promised us, they did nothing that they promised us. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And so even up to a couple of weeks ago, at Nassau Cruiseport, every booth was built, every retail space was built with a sewer line. And so in the main area, there's a couple of bathrooms, but the one that's near to us is like, I have to go across the road and down the road to get to the bathroom. And so we have our business spaces there open. And to go to the bathroom, you can just lose all your inventory because people could steal them, you know. And so because a sewer line was put into every retail space, eventually I decided that I'm gonna use the sewer line. I mean, like, we had to go and wait on a line because there are 3 stalls in a bathroom with 20,000 people in Nassau Cruiseport a day. It's ridiculous. And so you have to go on the line, and then you have to do the pee dance and all that to wait in lines before you could use the bathroom. So I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna spend my money and put a toilet in because they provided the sewer line. They were provided at construction. So I put it in, I don't know how long, over a year ago. And so a couple of weeks ago, there was a sewer smell, which was there from day one. And I told management that there's a sewer smell. And so because a little man from Turkey, they had a lot of people from Turkey building Nassau Cruiseport. There was a little Bahamians and a lot of people from Turkey. So he told management that I have a toilet. I mean, they put in the infrastructure for us to be able to put a toilet in, and I put it in. And so they've been after me for a toilet, and so I had to fight for that. So a couple of weeks ago, I wrote them a little book. I'm kind of long-winded. I try to cut back on my writing, but when I'm going to do something one time, I like to get in all the details so that you don't have to wonder in between what the details are. So I wrote them, about that, and they were trying to get me to move it out. And so I wrote a letter, and I sent it to the Prime Minister and all the different departments. The Prime Minister's, when this was right before the dissolution of the House, and I sent it also to the Ministry of Tourism, the minister, who we never saw. So whatever problems happen at Nassau Cruiseport, we have no one to go to. We just have to suffer. And I also sent it to the port controller, Jobeth Colby, who's the Minister of Port, and all of her top management people. I sent it to Environmental Health. And, it made me so sad because having a toilet is a basic human right. And so here it is in 2026, I'm fighting for something that's a basic human right, which we should not be fighting for in 2026. It made me feel like slavery. The only thing is, I am a runaway slave. I am a runaway slave, so I don't really say a lot. They don't, if they didn't bother with me, I wouldn't write. I wouldn't do what I did, which was write a letter and told everybody. Yeah, but so anyway, hopefully when we become the government in May 12, 2026, every retail space at Nassau Cruiseport will have a toilet in it. Also, all of the promises that they made will be addressed when we become the government. So, Nassau Cruiseport, y'all better vote for COI. Change ain't coming. There are a lot of things. Just let me say a couple of things. A lot of things I want to do for Yamacraw that I'm very passionate about is land empowerment. And as Shadow Minister of Empowerment, we need to be empowered in our own country. Everybody else is empowered except us. We need to be empowered. And one of the things that I'm very passionate about is land, because if people could get their land, that's empowerment, and they need to get it at an early age so that they could do something. You don't need to give your children land when they get older and they're tired and they've lost all their get up and go. So we need to, I'm very passionate about that. And the first week when we become the government, we will create and pass a law to ensure that all Bahamians get 1 acre of crown land free, and it's free. It's free because it was given to us in 1973 as reparations, and our ancestors are not here, so we're here. So it has to be transferred on to us. And so I'm very passionate about them. Also very passionate. I know I'm over my time, but I just want to say one more thing. I'm also very passionate about special needs. I have 2 sons, and both of them were born normal, and one had a couple surgeries on his head in 9 and 10 months. So special needs. I'm very passionate about special needs and the elderly. A lot of older people are stuck in their homes and they can't get out for nothing. They can't get to the doctor. They just can't get out. So one of the things I want to do is fix Yamacraw Beach where they can go like wheelchair ramps so they can go out to the water and they can sit. That's therapeutic, you know. Get them out of the house, being stuck in the house. Anyway, they told me my time is up. Thank you all very much for coming.
There you have it, Miss Evette Prince, aka Evette Princess. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And if you heard us earlier, we are multitasking. We are walking and chewing gum all at the same time. So this is a live as well, where we will be empowered. We will be empowered. We will be educated. We will have all of those things. So if you're ready, say, I'm ready. I am ready. Yes, take out your pen, your paper, whatever you need to take notes, take out your water, whatever. I don't know what he's coming with today. You know, every time he speaks is something new, something exciting. Sometimes you're like wanting to small yourself right up in the chair. But nonetheless, we are here and we will welcome our Mr. President, Mr. Lincoln Michael Bane to the stand. Can we all stand and welcome him as he comes? Mr. Bane. Woo! You know music, Mr. Producer. Okay. All right. Sleeping on the job. Oh yeah.
I think we're full. Flapping lips.
CG coming! That's what I'm talking about all day. CG coming!
Must be desperation time. 5 more years. You're asking, begging the people.
All right, you may have a seat. Yamacraw in the house. Sea Breeze in the house. All right. All right, let's get started. So the formal ceremony is done. Now it's time for class to be in session. We got a couple of things to talk about today. We just want to get some housekeeping out of the way first before we do that. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Some stuff has been going on. And so wanted to address a couple of things that is going on in the public. The first thing I want to talk about before I get to it, to our grand finale. Someone say grand finale. All right. Someone tag Sabas. Make sure Sabas watching. Make sure you watching. All right. I know one thing. You better have my money. Wait till I get my money right. Na, 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 na. You know, the country is in a complete free fall. Everything is going crazy and nothing makes sense. It kind of bothers me, not the actions of the politicians, but the actions of some of the people who are supporting the darkness. Something must be in the air. I don't know what kind of voodoo this is going around, that you could look at the hospital, see the situation, be told to bring your own sheet and pillow from home, and that's fine with you. You got to bring your own medicine when you go to the hospital, and that's fine with you. There must be something wrong with us. I don't understand what's going on. There must be something deeper to this. There must be something deeper to this. That people can have to pay electricity bills that are as high as mortgages. And they're fine with that. That's cool. When your electricity is not reliable, that's cool. That's fine. That they can go and eat some burn-up chicken. Y'all ain't got no burn-up chicken yet. Before I get shame. Okay, I see all kind of chafing dishes. Okay, I see gourmet food here. See why I don't serve burn-up chicken. Yeah. But how could you be in that state and be satisfied to leave the country the way it is. And when I say leave the country the way it is, I'm talking to those people who are saying that they're not going to vote. You are saying that things are so good in the country that you don't need to remove the government. You are saying that you want things to continue the way it is. Now, some people have been tricked into the old saying that, no matter who you vote for, nothing changes. You've been tricked into that, and that's because you've never voted for change. You always vote for the PLP and F&M, and that's one party. How do you vote for one party and expect change? But I understand. My mommy and daddy didn't know that there was one party. They were tricked. So I understand. Grammy didn't know. And so all of us was tricked at some point. I was even tricked at some point. We didn't know. And so our job is to wake up our friends and neighbors. They don't know. They don't understand. They don't know what it is they're doing. They don't know that by not voting, they're letting some foreigners come in, some with passports they earned, and some with passports they bought illegally. And they're going to let those persons determine what happens with the future of our country. No one outside your house should determine what happens in your house. No one in your country, no one from outside of your country should determine what happens inside your country. We can't let these foreigners come and vote and we are saying that we don't want to vote. I mean, they are so happy to vote, to take part in this. And we are so scarred from this evil PLP and F&M that we are here saying that, you know what? Let it stay the way it is. It don't matter. Some people are saying, I have to work anyway. I got to make my own money, no matter who gets in. Let me show you what happened since we let the PLP in. The price of everything skyrocketed. Everything. So, because you allowed the PLP to get in, guess what happened? They allowed all these other people to get in. And I told you all before election that it was going to happen. And all these people got in, and now the price of a one-bedroom apartment is $1,200 to $1,500. So yeah, you still got to work and make your own money, but now your money is worth nothing. Because whereas you could have gotten, and you don't even remember this, a one-bedroom apartment for $500. You all remember them days? It was just a couple of years ago. $500. If they went up to $650, mortgages used to be $700, $800 for a 3-bedroom house. Because we sat down and said, I still got to work and make my own money. Now your money ain't worth nothing. Eggs went up from $1 something. It skyrocketed to about $10 at one point. Now they are subsidizing. Something is going on. They're talking about this golden yoke program where instead of growing the eggs, they buy in the eggs because there's election, and after election, they can stop everything. Y'all realize they celebrating the golden yoke, but instead of growing the eggs, they buy in the eggs? I met the person they buying the eggs from. That's a joke. They might as well buy from cost, right, and sell to super value. They literally buy in the eggs, putting it in their own carton, and then saying that this is a success of the Golden Yoke program. That's a golden joke. It's a lot of BSing going on. And we have to wake up as a people and not allow this. That takes us to something else I told you about. That takes us to this. Y'all sitting now? Y'all notice the people in charge of Pike have left, right? They gone, right? Y'all need to know why they gone? Man, come on, man. Someone got to know. Someone tell me why they gone. Someone say they ain't get paid. No. The opposite. Y'all don't know why Pike gone? Because they ain't been covering it. Yeah, they got one screen in the back of me. Yeah, producer, you show them why Pike gone. Huh? say they want to take over everything. They don't want to take over nothing. Investors acquire Pike Corporation majority stake for $5 billion. You all know they sell Pike? This December 9th, 2025. I came on a live and told you all that they had sold Pike. From that deal happened, I told you all what was going to happen. They got all of our assets of BPL pumped into Pike for free. And that increased. I showed you I did the live, I showed you the value of Pike. It was just millions of dollars was the value of their company. They were one of the smaller companies in the electrical field. And I told you what going to happen. They got pump and dump. By acquiring BPL and getting all that free stuff, the value skyrocketed and they sold it right away. They done been sold that. And guess what? This is in the Guardian, you know. But none of y'all saw that. Yeah, you don't read the Guardian. That's fake news. But this was all over the papers and media in the U.S. How this little small company now selling for you know what kind of big corporations sell for $5 billion? That's more than our country makes a year. $5 billion. Jesus. And so guess what? No, they say, sayonara. We always get swing. Because we keep voting for the people who swinging us. They gone. It's over. BTC, sold, gutted. BPL, gutted. Everything we got, they selling off. All our keys, everything we have, they selling off while we shaking pom-poms for them. This is your last chance to pick this country, you know. If you let them get in one more time, everything will be gone. What we have left? I even told you all how they weren't going solar because they sell the oil to Focal. Remember I told you that? But I told you, because I had their plan, that they were going to go to do a little bit of solar, but they were going to let Focal do the solar, so now they would be making free money. So instead of having to buy oil to sell the BPL, the sun free. And so you can still pay for that instead of you getting deep discounts or free like we are offering because the sun free. You're getting swing left, right, and center. Everywhere you look is another way that we are being hoodwinked and bamboozled in this country. And people are still wearing red shirts and yellow shirts. And guess what? What it is? Blue? Oh, Jesus Lord. I forget Brave don't want to be PLP no more. They shame of being PLP. So everything has changed. All right? There's something interesting I saw going on. I wanted to put up a sign there too, right? Just to encourage what they were doing. But I drove on the airport road the other day. The airport road the Chinese built, right? And I saw it, littered with signs. And I saw some F&M signs, and I saw some PLP signs. And the F&M was telling us the truth about how crooked, corrupt, and no good the PLP is. And then the PLP was telling us the truth about how crooked, corrupt, and no good the F&M is. And so the F&M and PLP are telling the truth about themselves. And so I was going to put up a sign at the beginning and say the truth about the F&M and PLP. By the F&M and PLP. And it's not a work of satire. But I decided I'll let them continue to educate the Bahamian public. Because I need more people out there educating the Bahamian public. It can't just be us. So since they want to also educate the Bahamian public, for one time, I want you to believe the FNM and PLP. Believe them. When the FNM says the PLP is crooked, corrupt, and no good, they're telling the truth. When the FNM and the PLP says the FNM is crooked, corrupt, and no good, they're telling the truth. Listen to them, because that's the only time they can tell you the truth. Everything else is a lie. And so I thought that was such a beautiful thing on the highway. That highway is beautiful. I'm going to drive that again today as I'm on the way to get some ice cream. And I'm going to look at that again. You all enjoy the truth, all right? You only can hide the truth for so long, eh? All right. So now the truth is starring in full effect. And so also I want you, we're not going to get our car flags in time. And so we are going to use the Bahamas car flag. I think that suits us more anyway. All right? So the Bahamian flag, we're going to use that as our car flags. So go get your car flags, go to Beyond Flags or wherever you can get it from, and wear your car flags. And the reason we should drive with our car flags is to show that you love this Bahamas. And you are ready to stand up for this Bahamas. Because we are under invasion. And this is a serious invasion. Show your patriotism this election. Show them that this is not about just a party. This is about a country. This is about a nation. We're not here to save a party. We're here to save a nation. And so we want you to wear your flags and wear them proudly. Because guess what? 2 or 3 days after the election, they have a nation flag day, and all of them have their flags. I want you to wear your Bahamian flag on your car, every single one of you under the sound of my voice. So the 50, 60, 70, 80,000 people that's watching this right now, we want you to put your flags, your Bahamian flag, on your car, wherever you could get it from. Put it on your car, all right? And so I want to thank everyone who's been watching our new weapon rallies, because the old weapon don't work no more. We're doing our own kind of thing. We had 1.8 million views this week. So Bahamians are watching, and others are watching. Everyone is watching. And so, all right? And so, that's been our rally. It's a new type of rally, but we got another rally coming. We got the whole kind of rally coming, so y'all just get ready for announcement, all right? All right, we got rally coming. Y'all ready to rally? All right. So we have already gotten the whole country and some of the world watching. Now they can really be watching. All right? All right. So rally coming, and motorcade coming too. All right. So I just wanted to make sure I get those announcements out of the way before I say what I have to say. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the week of Judgment Day. This is the most critical week in Bahamian history. This week is more critical than majority rule. For majority rules, there were Bahamians who were ruling and Bahamians who wanted to take over. They just happened to be of different hue. Majority rule was good. But now your country is at a crossroad. It's at a serious, critical crossroad. That if we do not win this election, we are going to be overrun. I don't care if you are FNM, PLP, COI. This is critical. Because the people coming to take us over are telling us they coming to take us over. They coming and telling us they smarter than us. See, when you start to say that and to put that in writing, that's when we got a problem. You could come live in my house, but when you start these talks, when you come to take over my house, we got a problem. Time to get out. Bahamas, we have to fight. We have to. Someone said to me, Lincoln, they were like, we want the PLP gone. But we feel, someone say feel. My feelings is deceive you. We feel like the F&M could beat them. And so why don't you join with the F&M so that we can make sure the PLP gone? Let me take you on a little history lesson. Last election, they said the F&M really gotta go. We gotta get rid of them. Why y'all don't just join with the PLP just to make sure the F&M gone? The election before that, they said the PLP got to go. Man, why y'all don't just join with the F&M so that How does joining with the problem solve the problem? You then become the problem. Okay, let me say that another way for you. Let's say you own a farm and you got someone managing the farm and they keep thieving all the chickens and they keep letting the crops die. And so you fire them and you bring another fella in there to manage the farm. And then he keep thieving the chickens and he keep letting the crops die. Do you go back to the first one who was doing the same thing? Or you try something different? I mean, that is so common. I don't understand. Like, what is it about that that's hard for Bahamians to understand that the PLP and the F&M has failed us? We can't go back to them. We have to try something new. Jesus said, anyone here smarter than Jesus? No? No one? Y'all sure? Don't lie to me. You're positive. Well, Jesus said, since he's smarter than all of us, you can't put the new wine in the old wine skin. So how do we take this new wine that we have, this new Bahamas, this vision of a new people, and put this in the same old party that's always been about them and the oligarchs? How will that work? In what world do you think Brett Simonet and them gonna let you benefit from your natural resources when they've been benefiting from it all these years and they never wanted you to have none? In what world would that be possible? I don't mean to offend anybody, but it will not help us to join up with the problem. I know you have your expectations of where the Bahamian people are, because everyone who's saying that, they're voting for F&M or PLP, you know. But some of them just concerned about what they think other people could do. Don't worry about what other people could do. Don't vote for who you think go in. You vote for what is right. Stop being sheep. We need a nation of lions to take this country into the new Bahamas. Don't vote for who you think will win. Vote for what is best for your country. Don't vote for the candidate. I know it sounds intelligent to say, I vote for the candidate. I don't vote for party, I vote for candidate. If that candidate is a part of a party, he can only do what the party allows him to do. So if the party thieving, he thieving too. All this skullduggery you see the PLP doing, which one of their candidates speaking out against it? No, not one. You see any of their candidates speaking out against $141 million worth gone missing? Not one? The $15 million golden yoke that went missing? Which candidate speaking out against that? None? Not even the F&M. Voting for candidate doesn't work. Because they can sit down and do as they told. And they can keep their mouth shut. You have to vote for the party that has a plan for the new Bahamas. It is the only way. What you need is different parties in the House. Now, I don't want none of them in there with us. I want 41 seats. But we going for 40 this time. I don't want none of them in there. All right? None. We want the whole hog. But, ladies and gentlemen, we need some new, fresh ideas for this nation. This ain't working. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now, let's go back to, let me see what my timing look like. Okay, oh, plenty time. Plenty time. We got plenty sun. All right, I can talk till the moon come up. You mind that? Tell the moon in the middle of the sky. This Judgment Week, y'all, this is it. This Judgment Week. You know, I did an expose talking about the crime ring that's running this country. And that's only a tip of the iceberg. Because this country is run by more criminality than just the numbers men. I want you to understand that. There's a whole system of people that are keeping you poor, keeping you uneducated, keeping all of the money in their hands, and they are working together to do that. There's a serious ring to keep you poor so that when they come with their $50, you feel like Jesus reach. When they cook that burn-up chicken to their rally, you feel like, oh, Jesus, I didn't know where else could get something to eat. Their job is to keep you hungry and thirsty, so you need them. We have one mission in the COI, to free the Bahamian people from economic apartheid. Apartheid ain't over. We are suffering from economic apartheid. And it has nothing to do with black or white. It has to do with the white and black oligarchs and other oligarchs that are keeping everything to themselves and keeping the Bahamian people poor. The problem with that is because we've allowed that for so long, we are losing everything. We're losing our advantage. We are now the ones who can't afford a mortgage. We can't afford land. Do you know what that you're starting to see, and all the candidates can relate to this, as you go to different homes? People are moving back in with each other. Because you can't afford anywhere to live. And so families are moving back. And so when you hear them say, I got 10 in my house, they serious with that. And dying the 14 children who are in there. Because we are being forced back together. We can't afford anything else. We are living on the beaches. Y'all got to. Elizabeth Crew Reach. Elizabeth Crew Reach. All right, all right. All right. Hold on. Elizabeth office right across the road. All right. Welcome, Elizabeth Crew. Elizabeth Executives just reached. And so I started this expose because there's a funny system where the politicians are controlling the crime in the country. I told you all that for years now. The politicians are controlling the crime in the country. And many criminals are saying that they're working for the politicians. We had murders happening, and the getaway car was a government plate. I want you all to understand that it's the people in power who are committing crimes. How come as soon as the commissioner of police gone, the murder rate dropped? You all notice that? Were the hitmen working for you? It's a good question. The drugs are being smuggled into the Bahamas, into the Southern Islands. You saw a couple of police officers get locked up because the drugs can't move without the permission of authority. The same thing happens in Colombia, same thing happens in Mexico. The politicians give them permission, the mafia bosses, the drug lords, they give them permission to operate. The same thing happens here. Don't fool yourselves. In the 80s, the politicians allowed the drug dealers to do their thing. In the 2020s, the politicians are participating in this. Hear my words and hear my warning. It's time to clean up the Bahamas. We got to fix this. The drugs were then being smuggled out of the northern islands. And that was coordinated by drug lords connected to the politicians. One in Abaco, one in Freeport. This is happening right in our country. Guess who knows all of this? America. America knows what's going on. If you vote for those people who are doing this, you can suffer. They ain't gonna suffer. Their money can cushion them. They can have diplomatic immunity. But you can start to feel it. Your passport could be affected. Your visa could be affected. You are going to start to feel this. I'm telling you, on this week, leading up to Judgment Day, heed my words, Bahamas. Our country is being run like a drug cartel, like a mafia. We have to fix this. What did you think was going to happen when you voted for them? This is serious, Bahamas. When you see America saying they coming to watch the elections themselves, you know they serious. When you ever have in America watch an election? I've never seen them come to watch our elections. The OAS always does it. Well, not always. They started in 2012, somewhere around there. But the OAS does it. But not America saying we coming ourselves. When have you ever heard Britain saying we coming to watch this election? I want you all to think seriously about the actions. Don't just watch the words. When America say they coming to watch y'all, they ain't coming just to watch the politicians, you know. They coming to watch y'all. To see if you could choose corruption. Because if you choose it, you can feel. Now, they can't verbalize that. But when we started to let them people flood into our Bahamas and let them come in willy-nilly, and they saw all the corruption happening, we couldn't get indefinite visas no more. Remember we used to have indefinite visas? We started recently to be included with countries who had blocks on them. That never happened to us before. They said these countries, so people who applied in America from these countries, you can't come in, and Bahamas was included. Us? Like us? All we want to do is go to Walmart and go home. We just need a little bit of Red Lobster while we're there. Man, 20th Street. Y'all don't go 20th Street no more. Eh? Y'all fancy y'all just go up north. This Orlando crew. Y'all gain Orlando because what happened in Miami, that didn't get takeover. City game Panama now. But I'm saying that to say, y'all, if we let the PLP and the FNM, and I'm saying on FNM because they are just as bad when it comes to immigration, and if you let them come back in, they could be worse. Because Fred Smith running that. Don't ever forget that. Fred Smith, Michael Pintard, and Louis Georges were the ones stopping the illegals from being arrested, stopping the shanty-downs from being broken down. I want you to know that the same people funding the F&M. You heard Brent Simonette say it will be inhumane. If you send a fellow who murdered a little Bahamian girl and put her in the bush, it'll be inhumane to deport him. You all hearing this stuff? So the country is being watched. Remember, I warned you. Everything I say comes to pass. Because when I say it, I know what I'm saying. If you let the F&M or PLP get back in, you are going to have income tax. Now, if you let them get in, if you don't fight hard enough, if you sit down waiting, oh, Lincoln, tell your candidate go here, tell your candidate, no, what you doing? We all got to fight this together. You got to talk to your friends and family. I can't reach everybody. I can't touch every inch of this Bahamas. But one of our people is in every inch of this Bahamas. And your job is to reach them. The expose that I did on Sabas wasn't just because he called me out. And Fred Mitchell should have tell him, don't do that. Fred Mitchell, I guess Fred Mitchell wanted to happen. Fred Mitchell was snickering, oh yeah, he could get it. Oh yeah. I heard Fred Mitchell had a watch party with all his young men. I ain't lie, right, Fred? You want no way, no way. But on a serious note, I wanted to show you how corrupt this country is. They find every single way to suck money from the Bahamian people and then give you crumbs. Just enough to keep you alive, enough to keep having to work, having to be obedient, afraid to show your face because you don't want to lose your job. You don't want to lose your contract. To keep you fearful, to keep you on the ground. I showed you some of the buildings just to give you an idea. I showed you that drug money, yo, put that head up to 300,000 now. I can't put up these numbers, my finger. Last time I say 3 to the last thing, they freeze that and say I was saying, this my finger, this ain't, nobody want my finger. They don't want that. If I want to put up the 3, I can put up the 3. This mine. And this mine too, and this mine, and this mine. They don't own that. That was A-OK before the PLP was out. I showed you that drug money. I showed you that the person who was arrested for drugs, who really was a shipper for drugs, who really moved stuff, the Keith Major fella, would move the drugs on behalf of other drug dealers and on behalf of himself. And this drug money, eventually they got caught, but this drug money, and he snitched, but this drug money was invested in buildings, in real estate. And then that's one thing, because bad things happen in the country and people do wrong things. All of us have done something wrong, all right? So bad things happen. But bad things is not supposed to be justified. The law is not supposed to make bad things good. It's one thing if you have prostitution in your country, but you shouldn't be giving the prostitutes police escort. It's one thing if you're dealing drugs, but the drug dealers can be protected by the police. You see how crazy that sounds? Well, how crazy is it that billions would be bought with laundered money, and then the government would rent that from them so to justify the money going into the bank? That's what our country has gone to. And guess who knows that? America knows that. Britain knows that. The world knows that. Only y'all ain't paying attention. You can suffer if you let the wicked people continue to get away, because only them benefiting from this. Don't mind them being friendly and giving out all kind of things and going in Fort Charlotte. Well, where you been before this? Why you wasn't in Fort Charlotte before this? How you just show up and you just loving everybody all of a sudden? And if you love everybody, why is it only in Fort Charlotte? That's because you're only doing it for votes. You all don't be deceived by them throwing this ill-gotten money at you. So the drug dealer was partners with Sabas and Adrian. Adrian was the people's smuggler, trafficker. You saw the Epstein files. All right? I showed you Sabas's association with the Alexander brothers that he needs to explain since he's in public life now. And one of them said that they sold him I wasn't supposed to tell you, I heard that from them. One of them said that they sold a condo directly to Sabas. The Alexander brothers, fellas who got locked up for human trafficking, raping. I mean, these are the worst of the worst. They worse than Jeffrey Epstein, but they was his partners. They did stuff with him. And they used to bring women to the Caribbean, you know, to kidnap them, bring them, put them on the plane. Use your country. Like Jeffrey Epstein was trying to buy one of our keys, and Brave Davis, them sent him a letter saying, we give you the key and we give you residency. He ain't asked for residency, you know. Brave said, I'll give you the key and I'll give you residency. That's the Epstein files. And so we showed you the connection because it dirties our country. And so the man told me, show him $50 million in contracts. So what I wanted to do was show y'all first, because I couldn't do this in one sitting, because this was plenty to take in. And I want you to know there's plenty of documents I had to read through. And so I wanted to show y'all first how this starts, because this too, we don't even think on that level to even believe this kind of stuff. Like, we never thought this kind of stuff was going on in this country. We thought the fellas were selling numbers and then just buying a bunch of car, you know, buying a bunch of building, and we was ignoring them and letting them be. We didn't know that it was involved with cartels, with drug money, people smuggling money. We heard some stuff, but now you know. And so if you vote to regularize this into our government, then you take what you get. Colombia regretted today they let one member of parliament get into their government, and that was Pablo Escobar. He ran for election. And money could buy people.
Yep.
If y'all let Sabas Bastian get in the house, that's a curse on this nation. What are you saying to your children? Jesus, I can't believe the Lord making me say this today, but I can say it. What are you saying to your children? Is that crime pays. You could do whatever you want, pay off the politician to regularize it, and then get in the House of Assembly to make more laws to rape and rob this country. Give people some crumbs, like prostitutes, and make them do whatever you want. Have them up on the stage behind you because you're giving them a couple dollars. Or they believe they could get something from you. That's why you keep them poor. It's one thing for it to be happening in our country. Is a difference for us as a nation to legitimize it. I had one fella, he plays numbers all the time. He even drinks. And he said to me he didn't vote do the yes vote to allow numbers, legal numbers. I said, but you play numbers every day. Why didn't you do that? He say, it's one thing to do it, to do bad things. It's another thing to put your X on that. He said, yeah, I know I committed my little sin. That's his words. But I ain't go put my X to that. God can see that different. Listen, if you let Sabas walk in the House of Assembly, this ain't about a Bahamian young man who break the law as a criminal, worked with criminal cartels and drug money, and now is buying his way into the House of Assembly. Make this make sense. He cannot be a cabinet minister according to law because of the industry he's in. That's in the law. That anyone who is interested in the numbers thing cannot be a cabinet minister. He is still interested in it. He stepped down as CEO, but he still has shares in the company that owns the company that owns the company. He hide it, just how I showed you all, he hide it in different companies. So he still has the shares, all right? And then he still has shares in these trusts and the foundations, right? So he cannot be a cabinet minister. Why he doing this? To be an MP? To make $28,000? No, he wants that diplomatic passport. He influenced Dr. Minnis somehow to give him a diplomatic position so he could get a diplomatic passport because he needs it. He then influenced Brave to give him a diplomatic position so that he could get a diplomatic passport. But you see, he don't know about what's next. And he don't know that he could trust them to do it again. And so he needs to become a member of parliament to be able to continue to have that diplomatic passport. But let me tell you something. There's a dossier out there with all of them. And that diplomatic passport can only help you so far. And it can only help you as long as Brave Davis is prime minister and he has diplomatic immunity and he won't extradite you. But if you see Brave gone, when you see Brave gone, you are going to see the authors of that dossier. So Bahamas, watch the company you keep. The illegal immigrants coming here is going to cause it bad for you. The FNM and PLP is going to let them come here. Let's fight that. All right? Listen, man. I love me some Red Lobster. Y'all don't mess with that. Y'all fix this, eh? So we got to fix this. We cannot let the criminals run the country because then you're going to see America coming down on us. They ain't going to say nothing, you know. You could just see certain things start to happen. They ain't going to say nothing. Just like you saw Trump say after Dorian, you know, we love the Bahamians. We love the Bahamian people, all right? But we can't just let them in because they're letting the Haitians come in. And there's some bad people coming in, and we don't want them in our country. He wasn't meaning the Haitians, he's meaning the bad Haitians. All right? He didn't want mix with them. So the good have to suffer for the... And so, not only did the good Haitians suffer, the good Bahamians suffered. Y'all watched that, and y'all still didn't get it. Y'all still ain't grabbed brave them and drag them out the house. This is your last chance. This is going to be a different Bahamas if we don't win this one. And so, this is a grand finale. Because because we was just feeding it piece, people didn't really get it or understand it. You know, Sabas, someone say, oh, that's still ain't $50 million. That. So what I'm about to put on the screen for you is the total of the buildings, the completed buildings, almost completed, except for the new ones that they are building by, what that school name? That's H.O. Nash? No, CC Sweden. You see there's 3 buildings going up right there. It has Brickell management on it. All right, so the numbers I'm about to show you is, I can send it out, but so you can put it up later. The numbers I'm about to show you is for their buildings, except those ones. I come to show you what drug money and people smuggling money can do. It can lead wherever they want it to lead. And it can corrupt an entire nation. Jeremiah told God, say, God, you tricked me. That's his exact words. He said, because you tell me to say this stuff, and now the people are attacking me. They jailed me, they beat me, because I speaking what you want me to speak. And he was wailing, and he decided he ain't talking no more. He ain't saying nothing no more, because every time he talk, the people come and beat him up, and he's a prophet. They jail him, slander him. But then he said it was like fire shut up in his bones, and he couldn't keep quiet. So when you see my passion, that ain't me. That's a fire shut up in my bones. And if I be quiet, it will consume me. I cannot see wrong and say nothing. If it will cost me my life, I will say what thus says the Lord. Our country cannot go down to the dogs like this. So if you don't want to vote for me because I am exposing the truth, then don't vote for me. You got answer. I want you to understand something very carefully. The people chose Barabbas, you know. God has given you a choice, you know. The people did choose Barabbas. But every one of those persons who chose Barabbas died bad. Rome came and slaughtered all of them in 70 A.D. Destroyed the temple and all. Who touched him? Pilate died bad. Herod died bad. They don't want me to tell you that part of the story. Everyone who touched him died bad. Well, anyway, we got work to do. My brother, first show them the buildings that ain't included in this. I think I sent it to you. Yeah, I sent it to you. Show them the buildings that's not included in this. This is the latest set of buildings. I'm told this could be the passport office. Why we can't build our own passport office? Why you gotta rent? Oh, and I want you to understand, when they do this, before the buildings start building or renovating, they start paying rent. So they use the rent money to build the building. And then they get a loan on the building, on all these buildings. So they get their money right back, plus more, and you pay for it. And we shaking pom-poms for them while destroying our nation. Y'all better wake up. Wake up. And next is going to be income tax. And everyone who shake your pom-pom for F&M and shake your pom-pom for PLP, when the income tax come, if you let them get in, don't cry, you take it. I can pay mine. And I can pay it gladly because I can say, well, I fought. But I don't want you to cry. I don't want you to have no protest. We need to protest. You go protest by yourself. Because it's already announced. They ain't talking about it during this time. They ain't even talking about taxes. Every election they talk, they say, oh, no, it ain't going to be no new taxes. They tell you something like that. Notice this time they ain't even mentioning it. They just avoiding the conversation. Because income tax is going to be 25. Man, you all didn't tell me you all had high-tech pictures of this. Oh, this is a live drone, eh? The drone out there. You all got a drone out there? Okay. Tell the drone pilot. Circle. Yeah. This the smiley building here. And this the other buildings they building. There's 2 buildings there. Okay, it's 2 on there. I said 3 because it looked, all right. So there's 2 buildings on there, and this where your passport office is going to be, and I don't know what else. Rent already start paying while it's building. So it benefits them to build it slow. Someone smoking, y'all can stop smoking, please. Anyone who's smoking, y'all stop smoking, please. Take that somewhere. If you're smoking cigar. Because the wind blowing straight this way. All right. So these 2 are going to be in addition to that. So this is going to be millions of dollars more that they're going to be making, and you will be paying for that. This ain't going to cost Sabas them $1. They can make free money from this, and you are going to pay from that. And the root of this is most likely the drug money. All right? So that's what's happening right now. Now, I could put an image on the screen. We can share it on social media. Based on the document we got from the Treasury, based on that document, this is the numbers that's in that document. And this is for just 8 buildings. 8 buildings. And so, make sure you're sitting down. Someone say 50 million. 50 million. Is a joke. In monthly rent, this is the Treasury rental list that we read off to you, monthly and yearly rents. 8 listed properties per month. 6.574 million dollars. $6,574,073.79. And I want you to know they're getting their cents too. Total yearly rent, $78,888,831.98. 50 million? I with you. Sabas, you need to give me 10 million. We bust our 50 wide open. So let's break it down. Now remember, this ain't innocent money going to them or some regular businessman who built a building and making money from the government. No. These people who came from the criminal world and corrupted our government and is now getting us to pay for their lifestyle. Not just from buying numbers, but by this scheme and what they are doing. Let's start. 1, the Trop, we didn't show you this one. I was waiting for them to respond. The Trophy Fund Limited. This is the burnt down building next to Solomon's. Remember that? You all forget about that, eh? You all forget rent paying on that, eh? Okay. You all notice they never come back to you all and say, oh, we can stop the rent or we ain't paying the rent. No conversation about it. They don't want you to know the rent was being paid to them from the deal signed. From in 2023, they was collecting rent. The renovations was being paid for by the rent. All right? Talk to any of the subcontractors. They'll tell you when it burned down. Anyway, let me leave that for now. 4.437651 and 40 cents. Why they got to put the cents in there? You done thieving everything from us. You got to get the 40 cents too? What you going to do with that 40 cents? What you going to do with that dollar? That couldn't be $6.50? I mean, you're taking the cents too? Yearly, that's $53,251,816.80. Someone say 50 million. That's 53. 1 billion. So if they don't want us guessing and assuming and having to go to patriotic civil servants to get documents and possibly misreading documents, if you don't want us assuming, just give us our Freedom of Information Act. You see why they can't give you the Freedom of Information Act? Because then you can know they running the country like a drug cartel. All right? My deputy says people on the beach sleeping, but y'all could pay this amount of money to them? You got 5 million more from me, eh? All right, let's go to the next one. Go on the side. Slide to the side. Number 2. Number 2. The City Corp Center Holdings Limited. That's the former City Market on Rosetta Street. Monthly, $585,999 and 70. Man, you can't put the cents in there, man. You can let that slide, eh? The cents too? No, man. Yearly, that's $7,031,997.36. Even if this is a year, that's too much. Even if this is a quarter, that is too much. Even if this is every 2 months, that is too much. We could bill you know what kind of bill? Go back to number 1. Go back to number 1. You know what kind of billing we could bill for that? What we could get? Come, let's go. Back to number 2. Back to number 2. Back to number 2. All right. So that's another $7 million a year. So we up to $60 million. Go to number 3. Go to number 3. University Property Holdings. That's the Edward Smiley building. $501,191.34. Every month, man? If that's every 2 months, that's bad. If that's every 3 months, that's bad. If that's annually, that's bad. What kind of building that is? If that is annually, that's too much. Yeah, and she said, huh? He asked if it's going back into the Bahamian banks. Oh, boy. $6 million a year, eh? $6 million. Now, I want you to understand that a lot of these kinds of money don't go to the person who got the deal. The politicians get their payoffs from these kinds of things. All right? And that's why some of these things are inflated. So someone might brag, oh, I only paid this amount per square foot. No, you didn't pay nothing because we paid for your renovation. We paid for that building, and you got a loan on the building afterwards. And we paying back that loan through the rent. So don't come with that sad story about how much it was per square foot. You could tell that to my Grammy. She didn't know about this. She didn't know about foundations and trust companies. You could have tell her that. Go to where he is. So this is the Smiley building. You see? This is Where Scotiabank is, across from COB, UB. Hold on. Let me tell you the bad part about this. Y'all ain't get it. All the smart students who was in the last live, how much did they pay for the building? 4.5 million. Head of the class. 4.5 million. How much times did it make that over? They paid 4.5 million. Then I showed you the documents where they got a $10 million loan a couple months later. All right? That's more than double their money. They done got in their pocket. The renovations was paid for by you, the Bane people. And then you are going to pay them every year. Even if this is 2 million, that's too much. Even if this is 3 million, that's too much. What kind of building we could have built for that man? Buildings. Go to the next one.
That's 2,000 houses and more. For the homeless.
All right. Success Corporate Center. This is the magistrate court. Jesus. 421,941. Even if that's yearly, that's some big money. Even if they really pay that quarterly, that's some big money. A year?
And no parking for the lawyers.
Oh yeah, she says there's no parking there for the lawyers. You got to be parking down the road. Then you come back and your car broken in too. Listen, for this kind of money, they could have built a building with a high-rise parking lot. Let's go to the next one. Let's go. Go to number 5. Go to number 5. Here we go. Aventura Plaza. That's where social services and physical planning is. That's on JFK. All right? JFK across from Bank of the Bahamas. All right? That building right there. We should have been showing them the buildings while we was doing this, so they could understand. But I'm going to be too much back and forth. 390,520. Tell them, don't come argue with me. Bring the contract. Bring the contract. You all say you're going to be open and transparent. Why these contracts ain't tabled? Anything over 50,000 is supposed to be tabled. Why not a one of these was tabled? How did they get the PPP and that wasn't put out the tender? Y'all think about it. So that's 4.6. Jesus, this number getting up high. I know you also up counting. Let's go. Let's go to number 6. That one counting. She watching our money. She ain't playing. They say we watching Sabas money. Sabas, this ain't your money. Don't mix yourself up. This the people money. Sell that to my Grammy. This the people's money. We don't care about your money. Your house ain't up here. Your apartment ain't up here. This the people money. Say we all up in people business. This is our business. This ain't Sabas business. Bellagio Corporate Center, that's Department of Statistics on Madera Street, opposite where Bahama Subs is, all right? Where Faith Temple Church used to be, the old city market. $118,000. I ain't reading all them numbers. This tiring, I don't even know how to count all this money. 118,000, yearly 1.4 for that little small space. Go to the next one.
There's more?
Yes. Source River Center. The Bacardi building. And so, this one ain't as big because they just have one of the little office in there. That's where the Bureau of Standards is. So basically $80,000 a month 950 something, so about $1 million a year. All right? Go to the last one. The Standards Bureau. We clearly don't have no standards if we're allowing this to happen in our country. Carmichael Properties Holdings Limited. That's the Ministry of Labor on Carmichael Road. That's one little, you know where labor is? That's a little small little thing. So that's only 38,000, and that's 464 a year. I think I need an opener. I need some energy. Is this open? Okay. That's a free advertisement for Vitamilk, paid for by Sabas. So, ladies and gentlemen, she asked me if that's in a Swiss account. No, it's in Bahamian's account because it's justified. Oh, sorry about that. She asked me if that money is in a Swiss account. No. Because the government is helping them to launder it, it justifies the money being in the bank. They put hidden money in the Swiss account, like the $20 million floating around somewhere. All right, in Panama? Okay, Panama. So that's money they put in Swiss accounts. But they are doing this and then including the banks in it. So now, if you give me a loan, you can't tell me I can't keep money in your bank. All right? And so that's what's happening. So bring it down. Let's see the last part. Oh, they gone it. Oh, so this is the whole thing. Producer, bring that down for me. So we're going to share this on social media. Government rented buildings allegedly bought with the proceeds of drugs and human trafficking and illegal gaming. Source, the Bahamas Treasury. It's one thing when you don't know. But to know and then still let these people do, they are not to blame, it's you. Jesus said something to the Jewish people that was in front of him. He said, on Judgment Day, Sodom and Gomorrah gonna have it better than y'all because y'all see the miracles. Y'all see everything. And y'all didn't believe. Y'all didn't do what's right. He said, Sodom and Gomorrah gonna have it better than y'all. Because you see, and you still went against it. He told the people of Tyre, they so evil that they describe Satan by describing them. He said, they gonna have it better in Tyre on Judgment Day than y'all. And he was talking to God's people. Can you imagine that? He said, they gonna have it better because you see and you rejected it. So I say to all of the Bahamian people right now, if you see the darkness happening and you still vote for the PLP, your judgment day is coming. Haiti wasn't always the way it is, you know. But when you allow corruption and then spiritual darkness to take over your place and dedicate your place to Satan, what you expect to happen? Let me go deep. Shouldn't be talking these spiritual things. But let me go deep. Potiphar's house was blessed because Joseph was there. If it was blessed because Joseph was there, what would happen if an evildoer was there? Oh, we have an example of that. The boat that Jonah was on was cursed because Jonah was on the boat. He wasn't supposed to be there. And they figured out, oh, if we throw this one over, everything will get calm. And they threw him over and everything was calm. Don't let evil rule your country. Y'all see what is happening. They killed Munster for a reason. They're covering their tracks because America was watching them. They then killed the man who killed Munster a few days ago, Mario Fox. The assassin is always killed to keep the hands of the killers clean. You see, you didn't only do wrong when you did something, You also did wrong when you allow something to happen. The child getting raped and molested in your house and you wrong too. The Bible say that. If you see the sin happening, that person in there sin, but you are too. Because you didn't do nothing and you didn't say nothing. Bahamas better heed my words. They are running this country like a drug cartel. And America knows it. America is not coming to watch Brave. They coming to watch y'all and Brave. So if you vote for it, you gonna get it. It's simple as that. And I know these are some tough words with the advanced polls coming up. These some strong words, but this is where our nation is. How are you paying all this money to these people? These criminals. How are you paying all this money to them? And we don't have pillows and sheets in our hospital? For Grammy? The air conditioning working in the hospital? For our nurses and our patients? No kitchen in our hospital? No medicine? And they talking about 2 straight? Y'all ready for Bane to pick up guns, eh? PLP, don't come back. You are not welcome here. Get out of our country and don't come back. And I mean that. Giving all our money away to criminals. Giving criminals government contracts. Giving criminals government contracts to build houses. How are we just sitting down and letting that happen? Giving criminals government contracts to build buildings, government buildings, to wash their money. In our country. What have we come to, Bahamas? What have we come to? What have we allowed? This is worse than the 80s. Because in the 80s, the government allowed it. Today, the government is participating in it. And they know you're all tired of them, so they bringing in other voters. How we seeing all these passports selling and giving away, and we still wearing blue shirts? How we see all these passports selling and giving away, and you still wearing red shirts? Brent Simon had brag about how much he was giving away every week. Bahamas, I only ask that you do what is right. Stand with me as I stand up for you and your children. Let's go to these polls with a vengeance. Ain't nothing to smile about around here. I don't see nothing to smile about. Let them see the anger on your face when you go in there. And you go in there and you take that pen and do what they did to Caesar in the polls. You remove them from government. And your weapon is your pen. You take that indelible pencil and you look for the splash and you stab them to pieces. Make sure do it neat like Zorro. Don't miss. Right in the middle. Right in the middle. Zorro. Now what I need you to do is spread the word. I need you to go out there and defend your nation by spreading the word. They can't stop your mouth. Don't give up on your friends and family. They're deceived. We are suffering from Stockholm syndrome. We are in love with our captors. The people who are raping and robbing us, we've fallen in love with in this nation. That's called Stockholm syndrome. That is a mental disease. When the people who are abusing you, you're in love with. That's a disease. Don't love them. Love yourself. Bahamas, it's time to love yourself. Bahamas, it's time to love yourself. Stop loving politicians. They don't love you. We got to do this for our children if we don't do this for ourselves. And so I showed you and Sabas the evidence. He just don't want to pay out when people win, so I know he ain't going to pay me out when I win. So now that you know, you have to do differently. Now that you know, you have to go to your friends and family and warn them. If they go on from drugs to legalizing it, to buying up all our government buildings, you know what kind of position that is to own our government buildings? When China was trying to buy one port in New Jersey, the American government said, hell no. That's a port. No, you can't have our port. You can't control none of our ports. Free market capitalism, my foot. You can't have, well, that's where capitalism stops. You can't have our port. You cannot allow criminals to own your government buildings. You cannot allow criminals to own the place where the court is. So what happens when you take them to court? That's a conflict of interest. How you can take them to court? They get in the court in the building they own? Well, they shut down the building before their court case. They changed the locks. In what world is that acceptable? This is so crazy, it's almost like we living in a fantasy land. Like, this can't be real. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know how important this is, but this is our last chance. Before he led the people into the wilderness, God sent Moses into that same wilderness years before so that he would know what was to come. He would know that wilderness. I don't know why it came up in me, but when the earthquake happened in Haiti and our government refused, said they wasn't going to help, I got a plane and partnered with someone and we did stuff and went to Haiti and I decided to go over there and start helping and doing stuff. What I saw, the Bahamas ain't ready for. What my eyes saw is why this is so urgent to me. Why I keep shaking you all up and saying, you all, please stand with me. Because you all ain't aware of what's coming. You all are too passive. What is coming is not passive. We got to fight. This is it. There's going to be a Bahamas before this election and a Bahamas after this election. And after this election, it is going to be like Judgment Day in a twinkle of an eye. It's going to be too late. You can't turn back. It's going to be over. The asylum bill is going to take effect. And they can start flooding us through the asylum bill legally. That's already enacted, you know. They only wait until after election. And after election, they can start landing on the boats and saying asylum. They can know one English word. Asylum. Bahamas, heed my warning. Everything is already lined up and prepared, and the enemy is at the gate, waiting to get in. And the traitors are inside. I am telling you to grab them and throw them over the wall. Throw them out to the enemy. Do not fall for their tricks. Do not fall for the Trojan horse. The enemy is at the gate. Not only will the asylum bill take effect. See, we didn't forget about that. They hypnotizing us, and we ain't even remembering what's really going on. It's so much you can't even keep up. Income tax will destroy the Bahamian people. The foreigners ain't gonna be paying that. And I said that in Bahamian vernacular for you to understand. The foreigners ain't gonna pay no income tax. They gonna work underground, make their money, and only you gonna be paying that. So if only you paying income tax, only you suffering. Their money ain't going in the bank. The wealthy does not pay income taxes. So don't let the FM fool you, but it's a more equitable form of tax. They're trying to say the rich pay 10% and you pay 10%. But you pay $50 for a shirt, the rich pay $500 for a shirt. So it works out. You pay $20,000 for a car, they pay $200,000 for a car. It ain't about the equity. That's the most equitable form of tax. Because the tax, you all want to bring income tax, the rich don't have to pay. Because they put everything in their companies. And they treat everything as a business expense. In America, if you have a car, you put that as your car, your business car. And you get a write-off on the car. You get a write-off on the fuel. If you buy a desk, you put it as your business desk. You buy furniture, you put it as your business furniture. That's what they do. They have write-offs. Now, we don't have to have all the write-offs they have, but when they put money into shares, they don't have to pay taxes on that because that's unrealized income. You didn't get the income from that year. Now, when you sell the shares, that's when you're supposed to pay. But they'll sell that and buy something else right away. That's why they keep all their money in shares. So when income tax comes, it's going to destroy the Bahamas. Y'all didn't listen to Loftus Roker, listen to me. He said, right before he died recently, not just 50 years ago, he said just before he died, recently, go look it up on YouTube, the interview with Loftus Roker to ZNS. He said, the Bahamians are going to lose this nation. And he's a PLP saying that. The Bahamians are going to lose this nation. Well, I want to bring an end to that prophecy. But the only way I can do that is through you. What happened in Miami with the Cubans can happen here if we don't wake up. This is the only election we have to stop it. After this, it's over. So y'all, let's take this serious. Now, coming into the next couple of weeks, they're going to be hard on the attack. Hard. Y'all don't get distracted. No, I ain't bankrupt, and they can't bankrupt me. All right? Don't mind their distractions. They can tell you all kind of things. They can tell you I used to own one strip club somewhere, and they can tell you I was a pimp daddy somewhere. I was in Miami, I was a pimp. They can tell you all kind of things. Y'all, oh, so they got me PLP clothes now. I look good in it, right? Once I look good. I handsome, all right. All right. But plenty people in PLP clothes, you ain't voting for them either. Because I will never, ever, 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 ever join up with the PLP. The people who are destroying this nation. The people who are sellouts. So, I've shown you. Stay tuned for to our social media pages for what's going to happen in the next couple of days. They are giving us a hard time finding using their parks. They think it's theirs, and that's ours, right? But yeah, they could use it whenever they want to use it. But we can fix that business. You know, we always got a ram in the ticket, right? Yeah, we always got a ram in the ticket. Yeah, they're already putting up all their tents because they're scared. Yeah, they're putting up their tents now. All right? I got to do this. You know, I always do this. I got to take a couple minutes to take questions from you all. And I got to take a couple minutes to take some phone calls. All right? So we're going to do that right now. 803-5995 is the number. If anyone here has a comment or a statement or whatever, this is your chance to do that. Any questions or comments, this is your chance. What do you think about Sabas, Bastian, them making over $6 million a month? He's a $6 million man. 6.5 million. 78,000. No, 78 million. These numbers so crazy. I mean, I can't even say it. All right, the phone lines have started. If y'all want to say something here, just let me know. Call you live. Go ahead.
Good evening, President Bane.
Good evening.
On all of those things you showed about the inflated rents, could you please tell the Bahamian people the government actually have to take out a loan to pay all those bills with the rental properties? So the rent is actually more when you include paying the loan back for the rent. You understand, President Bane?
That is correct.
And another thing, Bane, could you all please, when you all go in public, if you don't have data on your phone to play what President Bane has gave you tonight, please record it off your child's tablet onto your cell phone. Then when you go on the line at the banks or at the local eateries, could you please play what Mr. Bane said? Thank you, Mr. Bane, and I'm voting for you the whole way. Good night.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you.
You got a question in the back.
All right, go ahead. You got...
Good night. My name is Sheila Clary.
Testing.
Good night, all. My name is Sheila Clary. My question is, I work for the private sector, and I want to know what is being put in place for the private sector, because sometimes you're being victimized, and when you go to labor board, they happen to sweep everything under the table. I want to know what is being put in place for the persons who work for the private sector.
Okay, so we had a live a couple of weeks ago where we were talking about the workers and what we will do with the workers. And we read off, slowly but surely, all of the things we want to put in place. That including giving that tribunal, the labor board, actual teeth like the court, where they can actually summon someone and send them to jail. Where when they make a decision, that decision has the power of the courts. All right? Right now, it's just a tribunal. They say what they want. Then you still got to take the employer to court if the employer says no. All right? And most of the connected people in the private sector do that. But there's a whole list of things that we have proposed, and we put in an MOU to the unions for our people. All right? I think what we should do now, we should put that on our website so y'all can also see it. But we read it off on one of our lives, and it's going to empower Bahamians like never before, and empower our workers like you can't even imagine. So I'll put that on our website tonight, right on the front page so persons can see it. We recently met with the hotel union so that they could be a part of understanding what we want to do for the workers. We met with the TUC, and we did that proposal with them, and they agreed to it, said it's lovely. They just didn't want to sign it because they feel that the PLP swing them last time, and they don't want to get swing again. All right? And so that's really what it is. Let me take a phone call, and then I'll come to you in the audience. Hold on one sec. Call you live. Go ahead.
Hey, Mr. Bane, good night, good night.
Good night.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm alive.
Mr. Bane, good. Thank God for life. Mr. Bane, listen. For you all out there, listen to me, my BMN people. This will make, I'm a 70s baby, so this will make my 5th time going to the polls. 2 times the PLP, 2 times the F&M. I got raped, I got robbed, I got victimized. And right now, I'm doing it for my kids and my grandkids, but coming up now. It's time for a change. Y'all, listen to me, yo. Wake up. I sure plenty of y'all didn't catch my voice. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. It's time for it's COI. That's what it is. It's called COI. COI for life. Right now, this will be doing it. Time for change, man. This is new season. Y'all catch yourselves. Have a good night, everybody. Be blessed. Do something productive. Vote
All right.
COI. All right.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And while you're there, check online, Ms. Green, see if there's any comments, or particularly opposing comments where people have questions that I might need to answer, especially the ones where they're opposing in somehow, so we could answer it for everyone's benefit. All right, so we'll do that too. All right, we got a lot of people on here watching. All right, so let's go to the audience, and we'll take the next caller.
Top of the evening to everybody. And everybody say, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Everybody say, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I asked those few, or made those few statements just now. Mr. Bane, in our country, too many of us are losing our loved ones to the Princess Margaret Hospital. Mr. Bane, who is not losing loved ones to the hospital, they are losing the ability to perform properly again because of orthopedic problems. Mr. Bane, I think you have an idea who I am and what I am and have been going through. My question is, what is the COI plan to do to give us retribution, even those 10 years behind me and those to come, hopefully not after me and my situation? What is the COI is tend to open up to help us get our medical records, that we don't have to fight by ourselves for over 5 years to know what happened to our loved ones? We are yelled at in the courts when we address and attempt to self-represent. We are yelled at by magistrate. I am a person who is speaking, of whom all those things has happened to. I have written to the Governor General. I have written to Brave Davis. The only office I have not addressed in writing or in person, I believe, is the Minister of National Security. But I would have gotten no results from that. I tried to get the opportunity to file fraud charges against family members and others in the hospital because of the death certificate conflicting, saying my wife died October 12, 2021, but I brought her to the emergency room on October 19. Mr. Bane, I was told that my matter is not a police matter, it's an administrational matter. Yes, sir, I agree. But during the proceedings of the administrational matter, something went wrong. That wrong was fraud. So how do I get to file those charges? Thank you all for your patience and listening, because I'm hurting. I'm hurting.
Thank you, man.
Good evening, first of all, Mr. President, Madam Deputy, Madam Chairperson, my fellow candidates, ladies and gentlemen. You know, my heart broke when I heard him because as an attorney, I have been faced with that. And I would be very instrumental in working with Mr. Bane to put legislation in place that would curtail our coroners, because let me tell you what my experience has been. The coroners are doing fraudulent death certificates. Whenever the hospital is negligent, it takes months before you could get the death certificate. So a lay person like you, if you got that death certificate under a year, I'm surprised that you did, because an attorney bully as I am, I've had a difficulty getting the death certificate within 2 months. Okay? The coroner's department is corrupt to the core. Okay? And certain coroners in there, they are paid to do this. So therefore, there is no redress to people who have loved ones who go in there, and as a result of the negligence of some of the doctors, and a lot of them are foreign doctors they bring in here and don't even know if they really qualified. Okay? They don't even know their real qualifications, and people are dying daily. I have sisters who are doctors who are no longer part of that hospital because they cannot deal with what is happening. And if anyone know me, they know I have at least 3 sisters, and they're very good doctors, but they are all in private practice. So we intend to fix that. That's one of the things that must be addressed, and that Princess Margaret Hospital, need a shake-up.
Every time I hear that man speak, because I spoke with him before, and I almost wanted to cry myself. And so I realized that he had a legal issue, and that's why I referred him to an attorney. But you know, in a lot of cases like this, a lot of our residents, they really don't have the money to fight in the courts. So what I'm going to do as the Minister of Health, first of all, I'm going to have a proper electronic record system where you have fingerprints. Anyone who go in the computer and touch it and change any notes, your fingerprint will be in the computer, and nobody can change it anymore. And the Bahamian people will have access to their records. No more hiding and tampering with those records. I can tell you that. And listen, and you know, we have to be responsible. 1 or 2 cases could fall through the cracks, not intentionally, but perhaps something can happen. And if it's under my watch, we are gonna have to pay out of court, because I think it's only fair if anybody did anything negligent under our watch, unintentionally, I feel as if some compensation ought to be given. And that man is suffering not only financially, but he's suffering emotionally. Okay? And so that's all I wanted to say.
Let me, before I go back to the phone lines, let me help you understand something. There's a man who recently passed away. We call him LH. LH went to the hospital, but he's a staunch PLP. He loved them. He fought. He fights for them. He is their warrior. But even in all that, he did not see it right to go to PMH, even though his government is in power and has been in power. He fought for the healthcare system to be the way it is. And I give his family my deepest sympathy. This is not against him. This is against the system. He fought for things to be the way it is. And so he couldn't, when he was in his need, go to that same hospital because of the government he was fighting for. So he went to doctor's hospital. But you know what doctors said to him? They took his $3,000 and then said, but that ain't enough. We need a card with $20,000 on it for us to see you. And he is saying, I'm having chest pains. Y'all please don't let me die. And he was there for over an hour trying to get them to do what they had to do. And they told him, you need to call an ambulance and you need to go to PMH. That's what he fought for. Many of you under the sound of my voice, you are going to end up needing health care someday. Your loved one, someone you love, is going to need to be in that hospital to get good health care. And many of them shaking the pom-poms and wearing the blue and red shirts, she said they are sick or they're going to be sick. And you fought to have no hospital because that thing they are building is not a hospital, that's a maternity clinic. You fought for that. And so it's nothing worse than when you put party over country and then you need the country. Read our plan on healthcare. It's a comprehensive plan. It's going to be executed. We have the perfect person to execute that. If you want good healthcare, don't vote for the PLP and F&M. We could have had a health city. A company came here and wanted a health city. During the lockdowns, they wanted to build a health city here where we would go into medical tourism. People would travel from everywhere to get health care here. And it would be at a seriously reduced cost based on how they were setting it up. Dwayne Sansom told them no. I guess because they was going to be losing money. They told them, take that somewhere else. And so now they went Cayman Islands, and now our own doctors and politicians go into Cayman to get health care. But you can't have access to it. But you celebrating them. You're celebrating their failure while they're making you suffer. We ain't gonna let that happen no more. All right, before I go back to the phone lines, I have someone on hold right now. Someone asked a question on social media. They asked, Lincoln, if you lose the next election, will you dismantle the COI? Let me help y'all PLPs understand something. The COI is not something that can be dismantled. We are an idea. We are a movement. An idea can be delayed. It cannot be denied. We ain't going nowhere. But we ain't here to if and but. Because you don't need to know what can happen to the COI after the election. You need to worry about what happened to this country. How much political parties in Haiti right now? We got to fix this. Let's go back to the phone lines. Don't worry, we got plenty of good food here for y'all. It could be worth the wait. I need some water, please. Caller, you live. Go ahead.
All right, thank you, Mr. I just wanted to let you know this, right? First of all, I was a 36-year-old male, and I've never registered until I've heard you speak. So I just want you to know, right? I register because of you, and it's a lot of people out here registering because of you. I don't show up. I don't show up the rallies or none of that. But when I speak to people, I don't speak to no one who then have their mind and set the red and blue. I try to speak to people who ain't registered or who registering and ain't getting vote because it don't make no sense. Like, this is the one time that I've ever heard anybody speak and it moved me to actually wanted to vote. Right? So, not only wanting to say that, right? There was one thing I hearing a lot of, right? I hearing you speak a lot, but it's one sector I noticed that everybody missing out on, and it's the hospitality sector, right? Because we in the hospitality sector right now, the country is tourism, right? Hospitality supposed to be the head of the country right now, but we get abused in these hotels, and no one to go to for the level of abuse that some of these foreigners put on us, and where we as a people so scared for our jobs, we scared to speak out about it, and quite frankly, I am not that type of person. I've been fighting for my job for 6 years. I've write letters to HR about the abuse that some of the managers then put on me. It's been swept under the rug. I didn't write letters stating that with their handbook saying that is, the offenses that they done and what their handbook saying should be done, the protocols, it's been swept under the rug. I've asked for personal documents and stating that, the handbook state that you should show me these things, and it's been swept under the rug. To the know that, we here for you, bro. That's all I want you to know. But you gotta remember it's us in the hotels and the vendors and what's not. You gotta remember the small people too. You see what I'm saying? Because we getting abused too from these foreigners.
My brother,
I feel the Haitians and what's not, right? Yeah, because they coming in illegally, right? But what about the people we bringing in legally, or like and abusing us? You see what I'm saying? Because we letting these foreigners in, putting them in positions what we have qualified being. Like, it's many head chefs out there. It's many people, many behemoths out there who could run these departments, but we bringing people in to abuse us. You see, so you gotta remember that too. Like, it's us out there in the hotels who we getting it too. We getting it too.
yeah, my brother, stay on the line. All right, you can hang up and listen then.
If you want me to, but
Yeah, stay on the line because I want to talk to you. My brother, the politicians always come and tell you what they're going to do. No one fights for the Bahamian people like the COI. I want you to understand. I want you to understand that we have been fighting for the people in the hotel industry. It was me who caused those executives at Sandals to get locked up, even though the government came back and no-lead it. I've always been behind the hotel workers, the teachers, the nurses, whoever was in trouble in this country. I want you to understand, my brother, that when the PLP government sold a strip of our right-of-way on Paradise Island next to Rio, because of some under-the-table deal, the foreigners came and locked that gate. Let me tell you something. I went there, and we broke that gate down. We didn't talk that. We tore that gate the hell down. Because that's not going to be here in our country and block us from going on our beach. We tore it down. Okay? You know what happened a couple days later? They came
and arrested me. I was on bail for 2 years. Some people forget this. Me and I think 11 other people, some taxi drivers and others, some beach vendors who helped me tear it down. I was on bail for 2 years until the government changed. Me, who want to go visit my children in the States, who want to live a normal life and not have to be on bail, who want to apply for visa. Me. I don't talk this, I live this. So if I am willing to fight for the Bahamian people on the outside, imagine if they have a government on their side. The problem we have is that the government sell out to these foreign investors. They get money under the table so they can't do nothing against them. They do what they're told. I ain't taking no money from nobody. If I ain't take the PLP $10 million, you think I take any money from them? And so I want you to understand that when the taxi drivers, hospitality, had their need, I went out there. They was on the port, having to drive their car in that dirt parking lot. No bathroom, no nothing. I went out there and I read the riot act to the government. I called the minister, Jobette Colby, Minister of Transport at the time. Called into a meeting, the Minister of Road Traffic. And the next day, that was paved. And they had a trail out there. All right? Me fighting for the people hurts me personally. I don't ever complain. But I get attacked and I don't even repeat it. I don't tell the Bahamian public what's going on. Because it ain't about me. I out here fighting for you. I don't care how much bullets they throw at me. I can't open a business bank account. No reason. Just because of victimization. I can't get a government contract if I wanted it. Because of victimization. You think I can get a job in this country? Not that I'll ever want a job as a runaway slave. I'm just letting you know that I have to deal with these issues on a daily basis. So I just want you to know, my brother, if the hotel workers want a champion, change the government. Put me in power and watch how no foreign investor will be able to take advantage of them. Last thing. Mia Motley called a press conference, must be 1 o'clock in the morning, and she said everyone must be there. If you is man, don't show up and see what'll happen. She tell every news media you better be there. And every hotel owner, foreign investor, you better be there. Everyone was there. Because Mia Motley don't play. And she told them she has been informed that there are foreigners getting paid more than Bajans in this country. She said, let me be clear. You are guests in our country. And I called you here at 1 o'clock in the morning so you could know who in charge. So, if you pay a foreigner more than you pay a Bajan, pack up and go. You will not be welcome in our country anymore. And you can't carry your hotel. That's strong leadership. What we have in our country is a bunch of sellouts. We need strong leadership for this dispensation. And that's what we're going to have. Thank you, my brother. I got you back. Just a few more weeks and you will see the difference.
Stay fighting, Mr. X.
All right.
Okay, we have a question in the audience.
Yes, go ahead.
All right, good night, my fellow Bahamians. First of all, I would like to take my hats off, if she is watching, that lady from the passport office that put that information out about those 50,000 fraudulent documents that are out, passports that are out there. Thank you for bringing that forth to the public. We need more you guys that are involved in those areas
to come forth and let the people know what's going on. Because it's high time that for us Bahamians to stop being dumbed down, not knowing what's going on in our own country. Our country is being given away to these criminals that are coming out of Haiti that come in here thinking the Bahamas belongs to them. Let me tell you something. The Bahamas do not belong to you. Go back to Haiti where you was born. That's your country. The Bahamas belongs to the Bahamian people. This is the country God has given us. God has given y'all Haiti, but y'all done y'all mess over there. Forefathers did y'all mess over there and gave your country over to Satan. So that's why y'all going through so much of hell and running into everybody else's country and causing problems in other people's country. So my word to you, go back to Haiti and try to fix Haiti. And all those that in parliament, that's the same thing they should have done too. They here running in our country and messing up our country when their country over there is in hell. Go fix your country. We do our country. We have Bahamians here who are very eligible to run our own affairs and to run our country in a perfect way. The candidates that we have here in the Bahamas right now, these great, I talking about this the best I ever seen in all my life. I'm 60 years old. And Bahamians, if y'all who still going after these colors, y'all better watch your backside. Y'all better watch out. Y'all shouldn't go to those polls and vote for your Bahamian people. You want to go to the polls and cash out, vote for demons, and they're not of us. Y'all better watch out, man. God is speaking right now in this country. You know what he told the people back in the day? He said, I have something good for you. But the people cry out, say, we want a king. Give us a king. Now, God told the people, look here, what I got for you is the best of the best. If you want a king, I will give you your king. But this is the consequences to come. They're going to take your children, they're going to take your wives, and they're going to take your land. What is happening today? They're doing the same thing in this 21st century in our country. They ill-treating the Bahamian people, get us here for second class when they are getting the best treatment. We supposed to be getting top treatment in this country. Y'all just get me angry. This is the angriest I ever been in all my 60 years. And I'm ready to anything come up, I'm ready to be in the forefront of it. I'm 60 years old, but in my body, I'm 18 years old. Don't mess around in my country. Don't mess around coming here and making things hard for my 8 children and my grandchildren that is coming. That's the worst thing you could do. I'm from Long Island, and you know how we go.
All right, my brother, I got to take some calls.
Thank you, Lincoln, for taking my call.
All right. Call you live. Go ahead.
Good day, Mr. Bane. How you doing?
Awesome,
I want to keep it short. Every time you mention Mia Motley, it does something to me because I'm a follower of her. And the way you present yourself and you carry yourself for the people, you remind me just about Mia Motley. You's the man and she's the woman. Now, the gentleman called earlier in reference to the hotel. Can you hear me?
Yes.
The gentleman called earlier in reference to the hotel, right? You know why the Bahamians in this country have been mistreated?
Why?
Let's use Mrs. Motley for example, right? Mr. Motley is the boss over there, right? Shh. People are not going to come in Barbados and mistreat Bajans because at the end of the day, the expats and the persons who own the hotels know, listen, just relax and stand down because the prime minister and the leaders don't take nonsense. The reason why Bahamians are being mistreated, and Bahamians are being mistreated in the hotel for years, because I come from the hotel. You have Bahamians who starving one another in their back because of the white man give them orders to do it to one another. The Prime Minister the Prime Minister treats their people in this country like dogs. So if the Prime Minister and the government is treating the people like dogs, and the expats and the foreigners are seeing it, they're going to do the same thing. They can do the same thing, because if your daddy don't care about you, why should I care about you?
Yeah.
You see Miss Motley? As soon as they try to harden their voice, she calmed them down, because they know that at the end of the day, she stands for people. Brave don't care about us, my friend. That's why they're mistreating you all in the hotel. Have a good day.
Thank you, my brother. I just want you to know that I care about you. I on bail for you right now.
Question in the audience if you get a chance.
Go ahead, and then I'll get you.
Good night. I wanted to ask that when a young person who kicked what you should do when a child is kicked and they can't talk for themselves, or when a young person who cannot work and they trying to work and they
Just take your time, no rush.
get money and get turn around from your one position, what you should do.
So I think the first question you asked me if a young person is autistic,
Yeah.
and they can't talk for themselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a child should do when they get kicked and they cannot tell it grown up and they cannot talk for themselves, even a baby.
Yeah. I want to assure you that I will do everything in my power for people with autism.
Because I am one.
I have a child at home right now, probably sitting on watching this event and fall asleep, who has autism. You can talk, he can't. He can say a couple words, but he has some major issues. He stopped breathing after he was 7 hours old. He was in doctor's hospital, and they resuscitated him, but it caused damage. So he also has cerebral palsy. But he is a miracle. I understand the pain of the children, and I understand the pain of the parents. And if it wasn't for some people who were good to me to be able to assist me while I'm out there fighting for the rest of the country, and assist me by being there for him, I would not be able to be doing this. This would be impossible for me because my first responsibility is to my children. And so if for some reason I didn't have help with him, this would have been over for me. Because he is a priority. When he was living in the US, they do everything for their children with autism because they didn't ask to be here. Schools have to give them everything they need. The speech therapy, the physical therapy, everything that they need, they have to give it to them or the school will be punished. We need to do that here. I can assure you, because I live it. And I know we had another prime minister who lived it, but he didn't care. All right? About anyone. And apparently not about his own either, in my opinion. Because he didn't put something in place to be his legacy. Because I know the pain, I guarantee you that that will be fixed.
Good evening. My name is Trevor Green. I'm the Tall Pines candidate and one of the shadow ministers for education. We have a lot of experience in that area. I worked as an educational coordinator in the U.S. in South Miami. And one of the things that we did, there's many things, but one of the things that we did was we ensured that our students had life skills, where we would rent apartments for them, and teach them how to live a normal, so-called normal life. And we ran a number of programs to ensure that they would be able to successfully navigate life as a normal person, because we also had them in the South Baptist Hospital, where a number of the students were working. So they learned life skills, they learned job skills, and they also learned social skills. And when it came to the classroom to teach them the academic skills, we also have a lot of the students had what we call paraprofessional, where there would be a skilled professional. If they were, say, vision impaired or hearing impaired, they would sit on the side of them and they would help them along as the lesson proceeded so that they would not miss anything. And that also led us where we had students in Florida International University, and those students were assisted also by paraprofessionals. Myself, along with a couple other coordinators, was go and visit them from time to time to ensure that they were getting along with the lessons and they were understanding what they're doing. So there's also a process where we not just sit with the children to the students who had autism and other special needs, but we sat with them and we made sure that they were able to learn not just, like I say, academic skills, but life skills in general. So there are a lot of things that will be introduced to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas in the educational system to ensure that those students with special needs, or whether it be autism or anything that falls on the spectrum, that they would be able to live a normal, comfortable life. And one of the greatest fear that I found was that parents were, when it came to them passing on, they were fearful of what would happen to their children. So by ensuring that these children have a normal life and experience what's going on in their community and be able to socialize with people, normal skills, that created a sense of security for them, so our children would be able to move on and live successfully.
Thank you. And we also have a plan for, give it a mic back. We also have a, you finished? Okay. We also have we're the first political party to present a plan for the disabled. That shows you how serious we are about this. The first political party to present a plan for the disabled. No other political party has ever done that, because you're not even on their radar. But we're going to make sure that's fixed. I want you to notice something. I'm so proud of the people that have come forward to present us. Do you see how a question could be asked and someone who is an expert in the field could come up here? A question could be asked and someone who is an expert in the field can come up here? A question could be asked and someone who is an expert with experience in the field can come up here. We have the first cabinet that will actually have experts in every single area. It has never happened before. Never. And so we're asking you to give us a chance. We can govern. We can take this to the next level. Whatever they've been doing, they've been failing you. All right? I think I had to call her first. I had to call her first? Or? Yeah, I had to call her, then I'll get to you, and then to you right there. Call you live. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bane, and good afternoon to the entire Bahamas. Mr. Bane, I'm calling to ask what measures or plans do you have in place for these no good, nasty insurance company that scams person who has been diligent and paying their insurance up to the time that they die. Here's a little story. My mom, she enrolled herself in an insurance with Family Guardian from 2014. My mom passed away in 2021. When she passed away, the insurance gave me, being a beneficiary of her insurance, the insurance gave me an excuse of paying me half of her insurance that was less than $15,000 because of an error they made when she would have enrolled herself back in 2014. They made an error with her year she was born to the that was on her voter's card and her passport. And from then, I've had a Zoom meeting with the Insurance Bureau. And from then, it's now, from 2022, it's 2026 now. I have been calling and gotten no answers, nothing. So, like, you know, I've encountered a lot of persons who has been ripped off by insurance as well, like myself. What is there in place for us to get our rest of money back from these insurance companies?
Listen, we are going to fight for Bahamians. Insurance companies, banks, etc. Those are people I've been fighting for the last 20 years. And every battle I've fought, I've won. There were banks who were throwing people out. And because they got a CC with my name on it, they decide they don't want that kind of smoke and they just do it right. I fought insurance companies for Bahamians. This is what I've been doing all my life. Everything we do don't make social media or make the news. But I've been doing this and we do it for free. All right? And I've been doing that as my way of giving back for over 2 decades now. When we get into office, there will be no abuse of the Bahamian people. When you look at what happens, for example, in America, banks could rip you off, you know. But when America catches sight of that, they get fined. They get big fined. And sometimes they have to give refunds to all of their customers because of what they did. They don't let them get away with it. But see, in the Bahamas, some of these politicians got loans from insurance companies. Some of them got loans from banks. Some of them are lawyers and want to do business with the banks. So they bow to them. Well, I ain't got no loan from nobody. And I am not beholden to nobody. And so we are going to do what is right in this country. I don't owe none of them nothing. And so we are going to fix this, all right? That's all I can say for now. But just vote for change and watch how Bahamians are going to be treated in the new Bahamas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the next Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I want to say to you, Bahamian people, don't be like Esau, who was sold a bowl of porridge because you sold your birthright to the Gentiles. Jacob took Esau a bowl of porridge. His identity was stolen. Bahamian people, there's a choice within 48 hours to the election poll. You could sell your birthright to these foreigners for a bowl of porridge. Or you could sell it for a handout. There's no more handouts. COI, let me hear you. Let me hear you. Shout, shout, shout with the voice of triumph. I want to say to you, you listened to our leader and he spoke to you all night. I listened to all of the calls that came in and talk about how they've been treated. Yes, you will be treated if you let your birthright be sold out, and you will lose your identity. And I'm going to say to you, Bahamian people, within 48 hours, if you allow this to happen, I'm about to call on the people from Yamacraw. Yamacraw, don't allow your birthright to be stolen. Let me hear the people from Yamacraw. Mount Moriah, Mount Moriah, don't allow your birthright to be stolen. Pinewood Gardens, if you're listening, don't allow your birthright to be stolen. Carmichael, Carmichael, don't allow your birthright to be stolen. We got Nassau Village, Sea Breeze, Elizabeth Estates. We got Golden Gates in the house. Fox Hill, South Beach, Kalani, Angliston, Fort Charlotte, Foxtail! Don't allow your birthright to be stolen. Ladies and gentlemen, change is here! Change is here.
Good night, everyone. My question is, well, actually, I just need to know something. And I want to say first, it took me a long time to start voting again. And when when Mr. Bane came, he came with the truth, and he came with the facts, and he came with the paper. And that is truly awesome. When someone stands for something, because when you don't stand for something, you fall for anything. So I thank God that he stands for something, and he stands for the Bahamian people. Now, my question here is, all these persons on the side of the road illegal selling stuff, I have a problem with that. Because my thing is, if I got to go through the right procedure to get business license, get charged $1 million for VAT, and all this stuff, how is it that they can set up any stall on the side of the road and they don't get touched or even investigated? I'm talking about the food, anything that they want to sell, they can do it. How is it that they can get away with this? I mean, with no running waters, no bathroom, nothing, but they can sell food, they can do everything. But us as Bahamian people, we got to be scrutinized all the time. They coming and checking on us. That ain't fair to us. And another question is the family islands. We really need to do something with our family islands, invest more in our family islands, the airports, everything. We can't only think of the New Providence. We got to think about every family island and their people and our people. That's my question there.
Yes. So I'm so sorry, Mr. Bean had to step away, but to answer your first question, the reason why you see those things happening and there is no accountability to it is because, my fellow Bahamians, this is what happens when you do not have a government that is operating in the best interests of your people. This is what happens when the majority of the people sitting in government, and I'm sorry to say it, are not full Bahamians. And that is the truth. This is going to be the first time in the history of this country when we have true Bahamian leaders representing the people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, who is going to put Bahamian interests first, who is going to put policies in place that is going to allow the Bahamian people to benefit from this country. The second question you mentioned concerning our family islands. A part of Coalition of Independence plan is to decentralize Nassau. We're looking at island, state, and city governance. And I know that the people on the family island is welcoming this plan. Can you imagine Abaco, Andros, Eleuthera governing themselves? Like our leader always says, you will have a hospital if you're governing your own island. You will ensure that the schools are properly managed and built because our children have to go to those schools. I know that a lot of things are happening in Nassau. That's because, honestly, this is where all the hogs live. And when I say hogs, I'm talking about the leadership. I am talking about a leadership. Because obviously you can see what is taking place in Nassau. All of our family islands are currently still blank canvases. Blank canvases just waiting to be developed. One of the young people in my constituency, when we were talking about development, they asked about education. A lot of our young people have to travel abroad just to finish education. But can you imagine? We are inviting universities and colleges to come to those islands. And then we build a community, an economy around those colleges. Our children won't have to go off to finish school. But now we have others coming here to educate and learn in paradise. Now you see the economy begins to build on some of those family islands around those universities and colleges. But this is how you diversify. This is how you build. So to answer your question, this is what we are going to do under the Coalition of Independence. But in order for us to do that, we need the people of the Bahamas to vote, vote, vote. Vote Coalition of Independence.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and to all of you who are viewing. My name is Stephen McQueen. I am the Coalition of Independence candidate for the Nassau Village constituency and Shadow Minister for Foreign Affairs. I want to take a moment to speak to those of you who might still be a little on the fence. You're still in the land of indecision. You're not sure where you're going to vote. You're not sure even if you are going to vote. I want to ask you a question. And I don't want you to think party necessarily. I want you to take a moment and think about your life over the past 4.5 to roughly 5 years. Because government is supposed to make your life better. Is your life better? Or are you one of those whose light, whose electricity is off? You don't know if or when you'll be able to turn it on. What kind of condition are you living in? Is your house leaking? Is your roof ready to fall in? And I'm asking you this because as I move about, and I'm sure that there are other candidates who are experiencing the same thing. Many of you are struggling. The struggle is real. Many of you are suffering. Government gives or makes available to its sitting MP $150,000 every year for its constituency, for the MP's constituency. I want you to think about that for a moment. Let that set in for a moment. In 5 years, that would amount to $750,000. $750,000. Did your cupboard see any of that? Did your table see any of that? Did your children experience any of that? Can you legitimately say that you experienced from your sitting member of parliament something quantitative, something valuable that made your life better from that $750,000? That's a question that deserves to be answered. Something that deserves to be pondered. You may say that the COI is just another political party. They all come, they all go, they all make promises, they all say the same thing. Can I tell you that there has never been a political party that has had the message that the COI carries? There's never been a political party that fights the way that we do and for the reasons that we do. There's not a political party in our country today that can stand on a track record for fighting for the people, even without being in government and having the kinds of success that the COI has. Y'all don't even call the unions no more. No shade intended. Y'all call Mr. Lincoln Bane and the COI. Because you know we get results. You know we don't play. You know that we don't sell out. You know that we stand on the things that we say. Your question might be, how are you going to be different? You're going to go in there and you're going to forget and you're going to be like everyone else. You might have had a point if we had not determined to change the system. This country is going to experience a systems change. And that's what we talk about when we talk about island states and city governments. That's a systems change. That truly takes power from the politician who you have to beg to see, flips it on his head, and makes him or her beg to see you. And so I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to take note of our message, of our stand, of our consistency, of our track record. And then ask yourself, what country do you want to live in 5 years from now? Do you still want to own the Bahamas? Do you still want your children to wake up in a country that still belongs to Bahamians? Mr. Bane said it already, so I won't repeat it except to say it's going to be a sad day when people from all over the world can lawfully flood our shores, skirt our laws, outnumber us, and have voting power that we cannot do anything about, all because they would have the numbers to do so. The dominant population controls society. They become the power voting bloc. Bahamians, stand for your country. This is not a message of hate against others. It's a message that says, truly love yourself, love your children, your grandchildren, and those yet unborn, and stand for your country. Change is here.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I just got to take this call first, and I know Golden Gates want to say something. This person has been holding for almost 15 minutes. So they must have got something important to say. Let me get this caller. Call you live. Go ahead.
Mr. Bane, let me ask you a question. I hear everybody in this country, could you hear me?
Yes.
I hear everybody with election talk, right, but nobody addressing our problem in our country. We need food security. The whole system in agriculture had broken down. I'm a farmer. For years, all I did was farm. We need somebody to represent us in this agriculture scene, because the Bahamas is the least, all the Caribbean countries, the Bahamas cannot stand on its own. The Bahamas don't have a poultry industry, it don't have a pork industry, it don't have the vegetables, it stopped growing that, they got Bombsy put out, was put out. We need somebody in there to look out for the farmers and the fishermen. The backbone of this country, all of this stuff, what everybody carrying on with, nobody seems to want to address the farming industry.
All right, caller, I really appreciate that. I want you to know that I've been standing up for the farmers. I've been speaking up for them. And we put out a plan for food security. No other party in the history of this country has done that. And that's because the oligarchs make over $1 billion importing food. That's why they don't want you to grow food here. That's why Ingram destroyed the farming industry, as you know. Christie carried it on. The F&M and PLP destroyed farming in this country because they make money importing it. Why should they let you grow chicken when they can bring the chicken in and not have to do any of the work? And so we are going to change that. We have already committed to that. You can go to our website, coalitionofindependence.com, and see the full thing. We've had several live broadcasts where we let persons speak. We had one a couple weeks ago where the persons representing Farming for Us, where they spoke about the initiatives that we're going to do in farming by funding you guys. There's 700 licensed farmers, we said, and we're going to fund you because we have to be able to feed ourselves. We even have a transport mechanism, system that we're bringing in place. We've met with the experts that's going to be able to move your fresh food every single day to whatever part of the islands that you want. And so we're going to look out for you. We're also going to make sure that you have dedicated veterinarians to take care of your animals. The problem that you guys have is that the vets don't make much money by coming to see your animals, and so they neglect you. We're going to make sure, because we have to eat, we're going to make sure that you have exactly what you need in terms of feed and other things, and we're going to heavily subsidize you like America does. And so that's a guarantee. If you vote for the PLP or F&M, you will not get it. If you vote for the COI, you will have a farming industry again, agricultural industry in this country. All right? All right, caller, God bless you. All right, he stayed on there for 15 minutes. You know, I was watching
Beyond the Head Lies the other day. I called Shanique Miller today because IRCA has determined that they have to allow someone from the COI on their show because it has been biased. You'll remember we wrote to them, and so as a settlement, they're going to allow someone on their show, someone who leans toward the COI to be on their show, like how they have their people on there. And so we decided to send John Watkins, Alexander the Great, to go on show. So John is going to be on there to put Leslie Miller in his place. So Leslie, we could be waiting on you. Open your mouth now. You like talk behind people's back. Open your mouth now. All right? So we'll be waiting with files. So one thing they said recently, they try to find everything possibly negative about us. They was doing something on Pinewood. They tried to make it seem like I wasn't campaigning in Pinewood. I campaign in Pinewood every day, except Sunday. Every single day. But that show just lies so much. That's why more people watching us now than watching Eyewitness News right now. They got 100 people on their thing. Over 900 on here. And so they said that I haven't shown a plan for Pinewood. We go to the people of Pinewood every day with our brochure, with our plan in it, give it to them, and we show them that there's more on the website. Because only a certain amount you could hold on that. So just for Beyond the Head Lies, and also speaking to my people of Pinewood who are with me and who believe in me, on the screen here is from my website. I have a whole website for the people of Pinewood. It's called votelincolnbane.com. Sound good, right? Yeah. So they get straight to the point. Just vote Lincoln Bane. All right? And so this is one page of the website. So we have a home page. They can see my bio and everything that I've accomplished. But this page is the vision for Pinewood. We also have a 100-day plan. We have Vision 2030, Vision 2025, and everything they want to know is right there. All our documentaries on the page. So everything is there. So go back to the top. And so the first thing you will see on this page, as you scroll down, is the vision for Pinewood. Let's go down. All right? And so I've lived in Pinewood. I'll stop right there. I've lived in Pinewood all of my life. I see LaRoda is putting something out, so he's been in Pinewood for 6 years. He moved into Pinewood in 1985 when he was in his 20s. He was a big grown man. Lived with someone for 6 years and then move out. Didn't even look out for those people. He said he was through Sugar Apple Street. He put speed bump through every corner except Sugar Apple Street. He cleared the drains in other corners but not Sugar Apple Street. The people of Sugar Apple Street had to clean the drains themselves. I went there to do it. They said, Mr. Bane, we didn't do it. We couldn't wait on LaRoda. He's garbage. All right? So if you was from Sugar Apple Street, why you ain't looking out for them people? None of them know you. All right? So is this able to play? Will they hear it? Let's play this. This is a vision for the flooding. None of them know you. Let's listen to that. All right? So is this able to play? Will they hear it? Let's play this. This is a vision for the flooding. Let's listen to that. All right? So is this able to play? Let's play Coalition of Independence is all about solutions. We're standing here today in Pinewood Gardens because we're going to be discussing solutions to the flooding problem in Pinewood Gardens. For many, many years, governments have been promising to fix the problem, and none of them have. And now they are making excuses about who hasn't fixed it, and they're hurling accusations against each other in the House of Assembly.
It's really, really bad this time. We are really, really hurting in Pinewood Garden.
I feel bad because we buy a home but we can't enjoy. Why just keep coming in?
The chair recognizes the honourable member for Pinewood.
I rise reflecting on the comments Angleston just whispered to me just now, saying how, as we speak, Pinewood flooding. And all I could say is just the way you left it. And the thing about it is,
The chair recognizes honorable member for Anglican. Point of order.
On a point of order, I made a comment from my seat to the colleague, and his consider it a joke. Because this member, and I can let you speak, but he's left it there for 4 years. So, just as we left it, just as you leave in it. And I'm sure we can hear some promises, Mr. Speaker, but I don't want the member to say that I consider the plight of the people of Pinewood a joke.
The fact of the matter is, none of them have had the willingness to fix the problem. None of them have cared. And now we're hearing about some solution that is actually a fraud. They're saying that they're going to spend $2 million in order to fix this problem. But $2 million worth of drains has happened before. Reddit Norwich has done it. Other members of parliament have done it. And all it does is give you more drains, but it doesn't fix the problem.
Designed to bring relief to decades of flooding and sewage issues. Member of Parliament for the area, Kayla's Roll, made the announcement in Parliament today.
Certain areas of Pinewood from the beginning of the construction of those homes where the water and sewage element infrastructure has been underdeveloped. And we're now finalizing, along with the water and sewage, a project that will be executed relatively quickly also. And this is something that has been discussed, that's been on the drawing board for many years. So I'm happy to be in a position to communicate to my constituents that the government is providing focused attention to this particular project.
Roll also told parliamentarians while the project is estimated at $20 million, government is in discussions with a company already operating in the Bahamas for the work to be carried out at a reduced cost.
Efforts are completed to acquire some of the property necessary for the drainage program, and a submission is currently before the Cabinet for approval in this regard. And I foresee no issue with this being approved in short order. Mr. Speaker, we are very pleased with the progress being made on this particular project, and we look forward to providing the people of Pinewood with a solution to an age-old problem.
investing almost $30 million in Carnival, and the statement was we didn't expect a return in investment. Well, then why you can't invest $10 million then and fix a problem in Pinewood whose return will yield tens of millions in value?
We need a proper system that is high-tech and that is used around the world. And so to be clear, the flooding problem is not isolated to Pinewood Gardens. We are actually presenting a flooding solution for the entire southern corridor of New Providence. So there's flooding in South Beach, in Pinewood Gardens, in Natural Village, in Seabreeze, all the way down to the eastern side of New Providence, and that is Hannah Road and those areas, Elizabeth Estates. And so we're going to give the solution today to the flooding for the entire southern corridor. And so while the government is telling you that drains is going to fix it, $2 million worth of drains, we're going to give you a real solution.
The solution for this flooding, again, is to have a proper drainage system for all the streets in Pinewood, for example. All of that water will then be piped down here to this park. Under the field in the park will be a reservoir. The water will be stored there, making it reusable for irrigation and so on. Or the water can be piped out to the canal system. Problem solved.
To be clear, the rainwater will not be pumped directly out to the canal system. It will be directed into a reservoir and held there, where you can decide to, one, either use it for things like irrigation, or you can pump it out to get rid of it later. At the reservoir, the water will be filtered so that you're not pumping out dangerous and toxic water into the ocean system. The interesting thing about the flooding problem in Pinewood is that it's not unique to Pinewood. It actually is most of the southern corridor of New Providence. And so this same solution can be used in the entire southern corridor. And this includes South Beach, to Pinewood Gardens, to Nassau Village, to Seabreeze, and as far as Hannah Road, Elizabeth Estates, etc. So for example here, in South Beach, we'll use the park in South Beach and pump the water directly into the canal system. The same kind of system we'll be using in Pinewood. And so the reservoir system will be set up in their park and pumped to the canals. All of these areas that have flooding problems are very close to the canals. So here, Nassau Village will connect to Seabreeze. And if there's any flooding area, in that area, we also connect it to Seabreeze canal system. Here you can see Hannah Road. Hannah Road area has a serious flooding problem during storms, and as you can see, there's also a canal system there that we will connect. And so everywhere in New Providence where you see these kinds of problems, we can use parks and build a reservoir under the parks along with a pumping house to make sure that we can filter the water and pump it out into the canal system out to the sea.
One day, when the glory comes, it will be ours.
All right, someone needs to move their car. It's a Honda Fit, AY1573. AY1573 Honda Fit. No one knows that license plate number. All right, that's the white one right there. All right, we're going to do the ribbon cutting in a second. We had some on the line, but I guess we lost them. So I just wanted to do this quickly for my people of Pinewood. For those who might not have understood, let's go back to the main thing. Maybe we're going to do the ribbon cutting. And so that what you saw just now was done in 2021. We didn't just knock that together. The plans were ready for that from day one. And that's before AI. So that ain't no AI animation. That's work. All right, that we did. We're talking about doing a community app for everyone where they'll be able to book appointments with me, the MP, where they'll be able to give community alerts of what's going on. They'll get community alerts. They have a community chat. If something is going on in the community, if there's a robbery, a house break-in, they can get instant notifications to their phone. If a child goes missing, etc., etc. If there's a pothole that develops or a sign that goes missing, they go right in the app and do it. If I am going to the House of Assembly to vote on something that concerns them, which everything concerns them, they'll be able to go on there and they'll be able to vote on that, so I'll know what the people of Pinewood are actually feeling. All right, so there's no excuse to vote against the wills of the wishes of the people. And so it's going to be a powerful app that we'll have in our communities, and all of our contingencies will have that. Let's go up. Go to the next one. I think you're going too far. Too far, too far. And so we have a vision for our youth in Pinewood. Keep going. And so we're going to focus on education and sports and youth programs in Pinewood, because youth programs saved me in Pinewood. It kept me off the streets. And so I know the value of it. A lot of the young men I grew up with went the wrong way, but I was so busy traveling the world and doing different things. Being a part of youth organizations, it saved me. So we're going to have a lot of youth programs. Education, we got to get our kids back up to speed with their skill stuff. Community centers, they're going to have in their community center, which we want to build by where the baseball park is also, our youth will have access to state-of-the-art facility equipped with computers, printers, and everything kids need to get back up to speed. They're going to have tutoring and teachers. We want to have the focus on that. They're going to have it by video conferencing and in person. And our children are going to have full access to equipment and supplies at the community center. Kids will be able to use printers to print their work, etc. So whatever they need to be done, they'll have someone there at the community center that can help them, and they have access to paper, printer, whatever they need, right there at the community center to be able to help all of them with what they need. Keep going. apprentice program. We're going to set up apprentice programs with professionals, similar to BTVI, but we're going to bring it to the community where persons can learn different skills, many different skills. That includes IT stuff that I'm a professional in, websites, it includes carpentry and all these other stuff. These are stuff that we want to do in our community in Pinewood. Go Skills Bank. You're going to be able to market your skills. We have developed an app where you'll be able to, if you're a plumber, carpenter, whatever, you can offer your services on there, and people from all over the country, not just in Pinewood, will be able to get your services by going on that app if they need something. A lot of people want a plumber, and they don't know where to get a plumber from. Well, we got plenty good plumbers in Pinewood, all right? We got plenty good carpenters, and we have young men who need a job, so you don't have to go and hire them other people. You might know how to find a young man. We could put them on an app if they vote for it, and you're going to be able to get them, and we could get some jobs to these people. This will be done. It's already built and is waiting, and this is something that we can put into place right away on day one. Let's go. We're going to have movie nights on our parks. Go up. Just something so we can fellowship. Drive-in movies we want to do on our park with a big screen. So probably once a month. Persons from Pinewood can be vendors, and they could sell their popcorn and that kind of stuff. And we have a movie there, and so people from Pinewood could actually have that. And we have a big movie night on the park where we have wholesome or entertaining movies that we can put on the screen, and people can watch it for free and have somewhere to go and other than what's going on, because there's nowhere to go in this country. But I used to love going to the drive-through theater. One was right here on Prince Charles, and another one was where BFM is. I used to love that, especially when my auntie used to sneak us in the back trunk. But you ain't got to sneak no one in the back trunk because this one free. All right? And we're going to have assistance for our elderly. So I want to say this to the people of Pinewood. A bunch of money spending in Pinewood now because the election coming. But one of the things they spent money on was one bus that you see park on the park in Pinewood. Can you imagine if they had actually used that bus to help the elderly, to help the disabled get around? But they ain't there for y'all, because they would have thought of that. That bus is there, park up, to use as advertisement, to move people from to their rallies. But they have a budget, and they have the bus, so all they had to do was pay someone, and it wouldn't have cost much. Maybe $24,000 a year if you pay them $2,000 a month, and you would have been able to move the elderly around, help them go to their appointments and go shopping, etc. But we wanna do this for our people in Pinewood. So we just want you to. That's the last one I'll show you now. Go to the website. You can see everything you need to see. But I have a real plan for Pinewood that's going to benefit everyone. Don't think I have a plan for the country. No, I have a plan for Pinewood, where I grew up. So don't listen to Beyond the Headlines. They trying to promote who they want to promote. They saying some young fella say he having traction. No one feeling him in Pinewood because no one feeling his party. All right? We don't need that party back to destroy this country. We need someone who's going to stand up for Bahamians in Pinewood. Now, we got to do the ribbon cutting. You want to say something before we do the ribbon cutting? So she's going to say something quick, and then all of us are going to go together to do the ribbon cutting. Let's go.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, and congratulations to this great constituency. Wanted to just encourage the Bahamian people. Pardon my voice, has been a little hoarse. We had a little block party in Golden Gates last night, and I think they had me in the streets dancing, Mr. Bane. I ain't gonna lie, we couldn't help ourselves, but we had a good time, man. Look, we got to do that somewhere else again, but we are grateful. But I just want to encourage the Bahamian people. We saw a lot of money here, man. They're taking the money and they wasting the money. And they are making you poor. And like Mr. Bane said, we got to wake up and just vote different. And please, if you absolutely have to, use the advance polls. But if not, get to every senior citizen. They're getting to the seniors in these communities. They're telling them we'll pick you up and we'll give you food if you come register and vote in the advance polls. So when we get those registers, you all know what to do. But get to every single person and tell them do not waste their vote in that advance polls. So God bless you tonight, Golden Gates. Look here. I don't play around. Everybody know me, I cool and I'm a fun-loving person. But we've had enough nonsense. If someone could sit up on the TV and say, oh, I clean up the yard, or I give couple scholarships, or I fix your roof, or we give couple of jobs. I mean, really? And then you got the nerve to look in people's face and call that progress? When people text me all the time asking for food to eat? You've got to be joking. And some of you just like slackness. Someone show you a party and have all kind of slackness around. You think that's being a good representative? They're destroying your life. Holiness is still the order of the day, man. So clean it up, Golden Gates, and let's look for something better. It's time to have a real representative. You will not need to beg again. You don't have to stand on a line for another piece of ham or a turkey or whatever they're trying to give you. We're doing foolishness, man. And all they doing in the PLP is just giving them these crazy party where they drinking and running their life right in the ground. But when they finish, you know you ain't gonna find them. So stop joking and vote for Charmaine Adley. Love you. Peace out.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. With the driver of the Discovery Jeep right here, AT5923, I believe. Would you please move your Jeep so that the pink or red or salmon vehicle that's behind you and another vehicle can get out, please? The Discovery Jeep, license plate AT5923. Thank you.
All right, perfect. All right, so I just want to say to everyone listening to this, we still have a very large audience online. The PLP is giving out promising land and jobs and all kind of things. You can take it and vote against them. That's yours. Whatever they're offering you is yours. All right? Take it and vote against them. They will not know how you vote. Don't mind the story. They can't go through all them votes just to look to see how you vote. That's a lot of work. All right? They will not know how you vote, and in fact, they could be gone. So don't worry about them. Don't fear them. Don't assume what the rest of the country is going to do. Don't assume the people are going to vote PLP. They thought that when Perry was there, they said, oh, Minnis can't beat nobody. Even the F&M thought Minnis couldn't win. The F&M said he didn't have enough energy to electrocute a mosquito. The F&M kept having, conventions to remove him because they thought he couldn't win. Don't think for the Bahamian people. Don't think because you see in a bunch of people trying to make money because they're getting $50 to go to a rally. Don't think that means that's how they're voting. You vote for what you know is right. No one thought Perry Christie was going to get beat from Minnis. No one thought Obi Wilscombe and Shane Gibson and all them would get slaughtered. No one thought that big gold rush they had on Clifford Park was going to lose. Don't assume how the Bahamian people are going to vote. Bahamian people going to surprise you. Bahamian people could surprise you. Yeah, so she's coming to tell me about the same thing that's on the screen for me to talk to you about. The RBDF is asking the Defense Force officers to bring in their card numbers, their voters' card numbers. I don't understand why they need that. I would not endorse that. But they had to bring it in by the 10th of April, Friday the 10th, and that's already passed, so 10th April is gone. So I don't know what the situation is with that, but that's very suspicious that they asked you for your voter's card number. I was in the police force. I never had to give them no voter's card number to vote in advance poll, so I don't know what this is they're doing now. Rebel. All right, rebel. All right. Yeah, rebel. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for being here. Thank you for being a part of this. This was a great night. We had a great time. What a great time. Well, this is a beautiful headquarters. If you are in this area, come see your headquarters, Yamacraw. This is beautiful. And so, yeah, she did a very good job. I can't wait to go sit in them bench up there. And she even got Benny cake and stuff up there. But she ain't got no ice cream. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go now to do the ribbon cutting, so you could join us.
Mr. President, we bought one container of ice cream for you.
a whole.
You can't say, you got to go get your ice cream. We got your ice cream. Only for you.
Now I feel like a prisoner, so I can't go nowhere because ice cream here. All right?
I like for you all to really know, open your eyes and really see. This would be the youngest prime minister ever in the Bahamas, Mr. Honorable Lincoln Bane. And I want to tell you all something. All the struggle and the hustle I see being there for people who don't know their rights and their constitutional rights. And he tell them under the articles this and that, open up their mind. He open up your mind and your soul to show you all what to fight for, what you got to live for, and show you all how he run the country and how every behemoth entitled 100,000. But let me tell you all an extra. See $1 billion, right? He could give each behemoth $1 million because we only get 400,000 behemoth. So $1 million for each behemoth or $1 billion. Still even in $1 billion, I mean, still you ain't short of nothing. Because guess what? 100,000, only 100,000 people. 400,000, only 400,000. $1 billion, you give each one $1 million. And guess what? They always talking about thief and money. All them man be being thief and money. And if you all will lie on Mr. B and say that's what he won't do, hey, he deserve it. All you all being thiefing. And guess what? You all being thiefing billions of dollars. And you all have the money in offshore bank hiding your money and building all these legit companies and think we dumb. He exposing y'all. And you all don't like that. He putting the police on blast and the government and you all don't like him. Be him and open your eyes. When you all see this, the man will fight for you all like Selindon. Selindon fight for us to be equal of white and black, you know. You all got to understand, and Mr. Bane, he is a good man to be the new prime minister. I think everybody should really appreciate the struggle he going through with the man being arrested over and over again to show you all he love you all. He fighting for the country. When you all see this man, he want to show you all he love payments. And you all just like to get used like a Jones, sir. Like he say, drink some rum, drink some party, get drunk, and you all vote for that. You all in pot cake, say. You all in pot cake or dogs. But guess what? If you all get your senses, this man show you all, you getting crown land, you getting money, and he getting you all going to do the new hospital and all these things. Look at that hospital Davos say million there. I go on there the other day, Dr. Davos. That looked like garbage. I thought that was a base house. And every minute, Mr. Michael Davos, he out traveling around the world. What he do for his community? Nothing. And all they doing is nothing. This man deserves a chance. I want you all really know, I never see no prime minister in my life do what he doing to show you all he love you all. Appreciate this man with all your heart. Open up your mind. Don't be dumb. Don't be deceived. This man showing you all he love you all. Look at the struggle. Look at his energy. Look at his time. Look what he doing. Don't worry about the slander people say about Mr. Bane, because he fight hard. He show you all he's real behemoth. And I appreciate him. I admire him. And anything he need me to do, if I could help him, through God, I will go all out. I want you all to do the same thing as behemoth. That's the last strike. That's the last strike. Do the last strike with Mr. Honorable Mr. Bane as the Prime Minister. And we love him. Okay? We love him. We love this man. We love him. He fight. He motivates you all. And he need every one of you all to vote the Honorable new Prime Minister. He deserve it. Like he say, they thought the F&M man wouldn't have win the other day. But he win, hey. But then he wasn't making no sense. This the man making sense. That's what we need. That's what we need in power. That's what we need to run the country. That's what we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of the country. Right? We need to protect the borders. We need him. Y'all show him some love. Please, man. I really appreciate what he doing. And this need to be international. See what I saying? Look at how much of them done being locked up for scandaling in the U.S. and PLPs. Police officers. Thank you. All right, 1 minute. Look how much police officers. Look how much police officers being locked up abroad. Bringing in all the gun and the drugs. Right? And playing like they better than someone. When he exposed these people, you all be mad at them. Like they say, only the truth is right. No. See they said, if it ain't the truth, you ain't gonna worry with it. But when he press your button, hey, All the passport get on the plane, Mr. Mitchell. He can say that. He can say that. Yeah, they dirty. This man clean. Don't care what no one say, but this man, look at the color he get on. White, pure. God's favorite color. White. God's favorite color is white. And the handsomest, the beautiful little person is a black person, but it's king, like God say. He was black, not white. Okay? We love this man. Now, God bless you all. Vote for Mr. Lincoln Bane. Welcome to the Bahamas, okay? Honorable Lincoln Bane, new Prime Minister.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go upstairs to do this ribbon cutting now. For all those who follow us, they've still not told us where the ballot boxes are going to be kept, what the procedure is going to be. And so if you don't have to, now if you have to, you're traveling or you're elderly, have this disability, etc., you have to vote in advance poll, and you can. If not, vote at the general election. You know, the lines just be long in the morning, then it's be slow at other times. Go when it's slow if you don't want to take the long lines. But I think it's worth the long lines because there's long lines waiting to take over our country. And they're willing to stay on a boat for 2 days. So you should be able to stand in line for a couple hours. If your boss fire you too bad, we'll fire him when we get in. So don't worry about nothing. But if you can, vote in the general election so they don't take our votes out. If they want to add their votes in, then too bad. We got something waiting for them. And again, the international community watching them, we ain't playing with them. They don't know why they're being watched, but they can find out in a minute when they try any foolishness. We waiting. I can't say nothing, but stay tuned. You know, we always got something up our sleeve. All right? So thank you all for being here. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to go ahead and cut this ribbon. Anyone who wants to find out about my bio, what I've done, just go to our website, and you'll be able to see my bio and see what I've done as compared to any other prime ministers. But God bless you. Thank you, Yamacraw. Thank you to the rest of you, and see you soon.